Hello, everyone. Uh-oh. That's not... Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. Hi, everyone. One moment. I think I still have my shader thing on from last night at Prominence. There we go. That looks a little bit more natural. Beautiful. All right. Hey, Liara, thank you so much for the resub. Tier 1. Of course, always glad to have you here on the stream. Glad you can make it, and we will be seeing your build today. Hello also to Alaura, Ray, Mia, Kerowin, first time chatter. And Kerowin, your build is up first. So glad to see that you are here. Let's see, one moment. Hold on, everybody. Let me just make sure I get the going live up for everybody. And one moment. What's up, Maple? What's up, Teige? What's up, Amphi? What's up, Brendan? Hello, everyone. Hey, Aramore. Welcome back to the stream as well. Oh, no, I don't have G-Shade working. It's actually just a simple, like a little color correction thing that you can add to OBS. And it just allows me to brighten the club up a little bit, because I know sometimes the feed comes through and it's very dark. Oh, shit. I've trained close. Wow. All right. Hey, Alaura, thank you so much for the resubscription as well with the Prime. You're terrified but here, Kero? Hey, don't be terrified. There you are. You don't look terrified. You look ready to rock and roll. You look ready to welcome us into your wonderful space you've created for us. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, everybody. This is all totally for fun and just like deep breath, you know? We're all just here to have fun and just like see what everyone came up with. So, you know, just let's have some fun with this, right? No need to worry. I can tell you, every time we've done a tour, it has been awesome to see just what everybody has come up with, from absolute beginners all the way to total housing vets. I mean, we run the gambit, but honestly, so many times, you know, everyone's build has just something so cool and so unique about it. So, you know, there's like endless creativity, endless cool stuff to be inspired by in everyone's build. So like, no worries. There you go. Zanny knows exactly what I'm talking about. I think many of you know what I'm talking about. All right. 1 minute. Let me make sure I'm going live. giving a bit of time for everybody to gather up so that we can all go together. Hey, Kaya. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Yeah, we got Katali, we got Mia. We have Kaya, Ping, Alaura, Amphi, Yod, Teige, Zanny, Liara, Kero, Maple. Hello, everyone. Anybody else running on the way? Oh, and Vincentius as well. Come on down. Again, everybody is welcome to come in game here and join along. Oh shit! Whoa, we're actually in a hype train. Oh shit! Oh my goodness. Seven, great. Thank you so much for subscribing with the Prime Gaming sub. Thank you, thank you. And hype train. Oh wow. Haven't even begun the tour and we're hype training already. Shit. Thank you. Thank you all so much, everybody. I'm so excited for today. Are you guys excited? I've like worked so, or not worked so hard, but I mean like I have carefully avoided any spoilers of today. So I'm genuinely, I think pretty much 100% of all these builds that we will see today and tomorrow, I have no idea what they look like. Twitter tried real hard. Twitter tried so hard to spoil it for me. Like I was just having to post a few things to Twitter about what was going on. And I was like so trying to not see anything. And like I caught fractions of a second of some of them, and I like the moment I recognized something, like, you know, a name that I recognized from the tour, or even that like it looked like it might remotely be related to this, I just pushed it away. So I've seen fractions of a second of I think a few of these builds, but like 99% of everything I am totally going in blind. So oh, this is gonna be cool. Eve Shibuya, hello, welcome back to the stream. Ashlar, hello as well. Not able to watch yet, but you'll lurk for now. Awesome. Well, hey, we're just happy to have you here. Womie Bats, you'll be there soon, doing the DC travel. Yeah, no worries. You guys, given a few more minutes here, I usually like to give a few minutes at the beginning of a tour always to let people have a chance to come gather up, because I know people are coming from other places, and now with DC travel, you know, you can DC travel over, so. Today, everybody, for anybody who's not aware, today is going to be focused on Primal and Aether. And if you are in my Discord, then there is a channel called Tour Itinerary in the housing section. So anybody who is in the Discord, that is what we're following along with right now. So I'll be posting the addresses of each build that we're going to below the gameplay footage here in Twitch. On OBS, so you can see it right now. This is where we're meeting up currently. It's right there below the gameplay, and I'll update that every time we move locations. But if you would like to follow along on your own, then jump in my Discord if you're in there already, or if you're not in there, then here it is. There's my Discord link, and you can jump on in there if you'd like to join. It's the best way to keep up to date when I do future tours. Like in October, we're going to be doing another tour of Spooktober, spooky builds, spooky Halloween builds. So that's something else to look forward to or think about building for potentially. So that's probably going to be like the week before Halloween, just to give everyone an idea. So we got some stuff in between now and then, but yeah, just to let you know, there'll be another tour coming up. There's going to be a bunch of other awesome housing stuff coming down the road. Best way to keep up to date about all that. Get notifications even if you want for stuff. Join the Discord. And again, that's where I run all the tours from. So especially if you want to be part of the tours, joining my Discord would be the way to do it. It's linked there. It'll always be linked in the Twitch panels below. And yeah. Today's Primal and Aether. Oh, since we're also, you know, just talking about this tour as a whole, so something, a little change that people may have noticed if you're in the Discord, but I want to announce officially is, so originally I had said I wasn't sure that we would be doing anything else besides NA in terms of what we would be viewing here on the tour. So only Primal, Aether, or Crystal, because I know the vast majority of, typically, of people who have been submitting stuff is usually always just from NA. And I had the concern of, if we spread ourselves too thin, it might get too crazy for everybody to be jumping around too much. That being said, we happen to have 2 entrants both from Chaos Data Center. And so I got a character up to speed so that we can actually go see those builds as well. So tomorrow, the tour will actually begin on Chaos over on the EU side of things. And that will kick us off with the first 2 builds for tomorrow. And then we'll be back here on North America on Crystal. So I understand if people can't make those first 2 builds, because I know a lot of us maybe don't have characters there, but I just wanted to let everybody know that that's what's going to happen tomorrow. So that way, if you have a character on EU and would like to join, or have friends there, or even would like to make one tonight, or something, to be able to join along, you are welcome to do so. And hey, this maybe is the start of adding in, a leg of some of these tours or versions of the tours that are EU focused or JP focused. And it's something I've always wanted to try. So yeah, just letting you guys know, it's worth potentially thinking about making it alt there. The 2 builds that are over there are going to be in Mist and Lavender beds. And so you could at the very least start out with a character that could run to one of those, potentially. Or heck, even start 2. The most efficient possible way would be you start 2 characters, 1 in Mist and 1 in Lavender beds, and you just run over to those areas right from the start. You don't even need to unlock anything else. Just get the teleport ability and then just run to the housing ward. And you won't be able to warp in from the major crystal, but you can just literally run into the housing ward. Or if you're like me, then maybe you want to just make a character on the new servers there, get Road to 80, which doubles all of your experience, and then just blast through the MSQ to the point where you unlock the 3 main cities. And then you're good to go for most future housing tours as well, so, Yeah. Also, holy crap, yeah, level 2 hype train. Thank you very much, Liara, for the 100 bits. 1 minute left on the level 2 hype train. Dang. Again, oh man, this is amazing. Thank you all so much for that support. And something that just kind of an exciting update from Twitch's side is apparently hype trains can now just go up, I don't know if infinitely, but they can go way higher than they used to. Because it used to be that hype trains ended at level 5, I believe. But I've now seen a couple that have gone up to level 13 or something, crazy. And I don't know. I don't know how high that could technically go. But that's pretty cool. So something to keep in mind for some of you guys who are in streams and stuff where a hype train goes off. Is that now it can go way past 5, it sounds like. So awesome stuff. And there we go. Choo choo. Choo choo. With that level 1 hype train, thank you everybody so much. Before we even get things started here, my goodness. Hype. Absolutely hyped for today. Also, a few more people joining us. Aramore. Zevin. Who else do we have? Anyone else I missed joining us? Are you... Is this a person just chilling at the market board? Are you part of the tour? Merms? Merms, are you in here? Are you part of the tour? Bad Wolf? Bad Wolf Arson? I don't know if there's both of you guys. Ah, okay, both of them are here. Yeah. Mermaid Queen? That's you? Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Miru, hello as well. All right. You're friends with Kero? Sweet. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. Oh, Ashla, thank you so much for the 500 bits too. Thank you very, very much. Oh, I'm glad. I've seen some people here saying that they want to try to make a chaos alt then tomorrow. Or tonight, so that they're ready for tomorrow. You couldn't resist and you kept checking Twitter all day, Liara? I know, right? Oh, it was so tempting to look. Like, right as I was tweeting the flyer for this, like, Amphi's build was literally right below that. I straight up like minimized my window so that I wouldn't be able to see it. Actually, this is a good reminder. I realized I should tweet that I'm going live as well, since I know a lot of folks in their Twitter sphere may want to join in. So again, we're going to start here in a few minutes. Let's give it just a few more minutes. Cause I still see people showing up. So we'll give it a few more minutes here. So tell your friends that they want to get over and come join us. Now's the time. Get their asses over here. Really quick while I tweet this out. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. Oh crap. Oh, I guess I didn't really tag housing Twitter, but that's okay. There you go. I just posted that I'm going live on Twitter. So if any of you want to retweet that or share with your friends and stuff, it is live. Oh, Ife, hey, what's up, Ife? Welcome. Creech over here joining in as well. Okay, I think we're probably ready to go, at least get started here. And I know maybe some people can join along the way. If you can't make it right now, you are always welcome to come join later. Or if you need to get going, no worries too. Totally get it. Bad Wolf, by the way, thank you Bad Wolf and Mermaid Queen, thank you both very much for those follows to the channel. And thank you, Bad Wolf, for your Prime subscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. If anybody doesn't know, too, yeah, I mean, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Twitch subscription that you can just give to anybody you want once per month. So it doesn't have to be me, it could be anybody, but just like, I know some people aren't aware of that, so, worth pointing out. There are so many people here, right? Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, you guys ready? Shall we do this? So maybe really quick here. Before we go into this build, so the way that I usually like to run the tours is, first of all, I'm gonna quickly give a rundown of, just for the folks also potentially watching this in the future, I want to give a quick explanation of what this is, what's happening today. And I'm going to read out loud too the little description that each owner has written up for each build before we go inside the build. And that way we get a little like prefacing of some of their thoughts and kind of like how they were thinking about it. And then we can see what they did with that. Sounds good? I've asked everybody, all the participants, to submit in private in a separate little channel that I created just for them, their story and kind of like some thoughts about the builds. So I'm going to be trying to use that to preface all of these. And of course, if the actual owner is with us in game, or especially here in the Twitch chat, you are more than welcome to fire out some questions for them, and they're more than welcome to respond and or give out extra information. So as always, if I know people will be talking in the in-game chat, and I'll try to pull out some comments from there, but because not everybody can join in-game, if you have comments and thoughts, if you could try to put them in the Twitch chat, that would be awesome, because that way everybody, both in the future when they're watching the VOD, but also just everybody on Twitch can also, participate actively as we're talking about this and getting excited and geeking out about stuff. Yeah? Sound good? Okay. So to tee this all up, for anybody who is not aware, this is a housing tour that is specifically about a build challenge that I was doing, that I created, and challenged a bunch of these folks to do a build around the theme of, hold on, wait for it, of Under the Stars. Here we go. So they were given a little over, what is it, like a week and a half? Yeah, maybe a week and a half or so, two-ish weeks, to create a build using this theme. And it was very much open to their interpretation. So the only rules were no usage of third-party tools, and you must build starting with a blank apartment or FC room. And it has to be built in an FC room or an apartment, meaning all these builds are about to see use no third-party tools, and they are only using 100 items. So keep that in mind. Everything you're about to see is built with only 100 items, and it's really just a matter of what you can do with 100 items and using this as your prompt, right? Under the Stars. So also, this is not a competition. It is merely a creative exercise. It's just, we want to see how cool and creative everybody's interpretation of, this is. So there's no winners and losers or anything like that. It's really just, we're here to just see what awesome, cool stuff people came up with. And yeah. Also, hey, I don't know if I don't think she's in here right now. And unfortunately, I don't think she was able to have time to create a build for this. But I want to give a shout out again to Tonkatsu Udon, who is South Shrouded on Twitter. You can see her name here below. This is the top card when I was initially launching this. So this challenge was absolutely inspired by a similar build challenge that Tonkatsu was working on putting out via Twitter. So she ran her own version of a challenge build, or a build challenge, out of Twitter, and very much seeing what she was doing was a big part of what brought me to want to bring this to the stream here. So I do want to give a big shout out to Tonkatsu Udon, South Shrouded on Twitter. She does some phenomenal design work as well. Haven't had a chance to really get to know her that well yet, but I hope to do so in the future. But yeah, please absolutely go give her a follow, go check out her work, and Tonkatsu, if you hear this later or whatever, thank you for being an inspiration for this, and hopefully we'll see some of your work on some future tours or in future streams. So thank you, Tonkatsu. Okay, and without further ado, let me read what Kero wrote for us for this first build. So here we go, build number 1 of Under the Stars. So let's see here. Oh wow, Kero, you wrote quite a bit. Okay, let me quickly kind of look through this here. Okay, you know what? I think I can read this, so this should be fine. So Yeah, so Kero says, here we go, story time with Noah. So here we go. This is what Kero wrote. Well, I'm Kero, and a novice designer that generally works in a 2-person team with my buddy, OC. He was the one who told me about the challenge and encouraged me to enter, since I spend too much of my free time designing FC room concepts. I honestly forgot people named their builds and just titled it Under the Stars to make it clear on the apartment room list, which was from the prompt. Totally understandable, by the way. Like, if I know not everybody has a name for the build, so like, understandably, a lot of people would just, this is my Under the Stars build, right? Totally cool. Continuing what Kero said, I had seen many builds I liked with telescopes plus star walls, so I knew I wanted to do something incorporating that concept for this challenge. I only have the one alt leveled, my Bunboy skiff, and I had just finished building his FC room in a more rustic Raktika theme, so I figured his apartment should be something fancier. And for me, whenever I think of fancier, classy, my mind goes right to Amarat. And I had recently designed my friend's small Amarat theme, so I already had plenty of references in mind, but I wanted something different, so I looked at another place with the classic Amarat music, the Watcher's Palace on Mar Lamentorium. With all of those concepts in mind, it led to my build, an observation station area of sorts. I spent most of the item slots on the stairs and raised area, and it is far from perfect, but I like how it came out. I stayed with the blue and gray color themes because I am a fan of more mellow colors, and they matched with the original reference. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my slightly scuffed build. I was only able to set aside a few days for it since I had other projects to get back to, but I hope I did justice to the prompt. Thanks for setting aside the time to come and check it out. There you go. The words of Carowin, who here is our very first build. No, Carowin, thank you. That's very cute. I like how much you told us about it. That's great. I think it's great that, people understand some of the thoughts behind this. And as we're touring, here, please feel free to add to this as we're looking around. I'm going to be giving my thoughts here on stream, but would love to, if you have more things you want to shout out about your build, right? Absolutely feel free to chime in, because I know so much of this is that you guys were all interpreting Under the Stars in your own ways and wanting to kind of come up with your own thing. So, we want people to see that, and I want to know that. This is, okay, something I forgot to mention too. I'm planning on making a compilation video, like a shorter form compilation video that showcases like all the different builds that are submitted, including the ones maybe on Twitter that we don't actually tour. And I might even sample in some bits of what you guys are writing here too. So, I mean, it's also good for me to just understand some context so that I can give context to people. Yeah. So, also, for any of you who are, again, part of this challenge and part of this tour, if you guys do want to, add a little bit more of, what you were thinking and stuff to your description, that's okay. I know some people wrote like 2 sentences and some people wrote a bit more. So, I mean, because, if people want to add a little bit, that's totally fine too. Okay. So, so here we go with Carowin's Under the Stars build, kind of inspired by Amarat, Mar Lamentorium, and vibes of that nature. Let's have a look. This is going to be room number 62. Let's have a look. Here we go, Under the Stars. Okay, let's turn off the HUD here. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Instantly reads as an observation deck. I love that. This huge, just big open window. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you know, and this is something that I feel like I've never seen someone do it like this, where I've seen big observation windows, you know, but I think often they're like maybe circular, or they're like in a side room, or you kind of like, you know, work through the build to get to them. But I like how this is like a widescreen, huge window. You know, I think that the way that you've done that there, where it's just full width to width, like just widescreen open as if it's just like gazing out, you know, I think that's awesome. I love that. And definitely seeing the Amarat vibes in here with the marble and the lamps. Oh, wow. That's really nice. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. So that's just, I really like how it's very simple, but it is exactly what it needs to be, you know? Like, I like the simplicity of it. I like that you didn't clutter it up with too much stuff. And so it really just registers as a very nice, clean window. Because, yeah, if you're in an observatory, like, you don't need all this other, you know, crazy stuff in the way. You really just want a nice, clean view to use your telescope. I think that works super well. It has a very nice feel. I like the little addition of the tree up here, too, you know? I feel like it just adds a bit of warmth to this area. Like, because there's a lot of, you know, marble and, like, I guess, like, more stonework, and it could be very cold feeling. But I feel like using that is really great. Oh, this too. Power cells, maybe? Like, I like how you have these lamps. Like, this is using up 8 of your slots just to have these lamps like this. But I really like how you have all the little, like, canisters here that are all kind of lined up. Yeah. Oh my god, hey! What's up? Welcome back to the stream. Yes, I am streaming. We are doing a housing tour right now. I did a... Oh my god, I know you weren't here earlier, so I just really quick preferencing. I put out a challenge for people to build housing builds in the theme of Under the Stars. And that was a totally open-ended prompt that anybody could just interpret as they will. So now we're here at the first build where Kero has created this observatory deck to that theme. Let's see, what everyone's saying here? Oh, you need to turn up in-game. Oh shoot, in-game music too? That's a good point. Maybe I should have my little headset in here just so I can kind of hear the in-game stuff. I'm not sure what the issue. I'm not sure if I can put that in the VOD, the actual in-game music, but I think certainly I can hear. Ah, it is the Amarat theme, right? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, this is so great. Everyone is loving it, yeah. Right? Oh yeah, Amphi's saying like it's super spacious, doesn't feel even like an apartment. I agree. This feels really nice. Like it's super... I think the big widescreen thing, and I like how, again, that you... this is, I think, a really great example of really just putting in the essentials, or, you know, in terms of that you didn't try to make this like a bedroom with an observatory deck and a desk and a, you know, and a kitchen and a thing, right? Like you really just went all in on this one room has one singular function, which is observatory, right? It's like observing just outside the stars. And so there's maybe a desk for research purposes, or you know, charting down some stuff, but everything else is not. There's nothing else that's cluttering that up. Ooh, I didn't notice this too. But like, I like how you made this custom door here. Very clean, simple design, but that works really well with the overall look of this. You know, with all the marble and everything. I like that. This is the big, huge marble doors that are flush with the wall. I like the cleanness of that. I like that just a little bit of trim here, right? Just tells you this is a door that swings open, but it's beautifully crafted where it's perfectly flush with the rest of the wall. And I think that has like a kind of elegance that I definitely would see in Amarat style build and using the Amarat style architecture and everything. Let's see. Hi, Akarin. Welcome in. Oh, you're just in time. You just woke up, but we're only at the first build, so you have all the time in the world. Get on over here. Carowin, is there any other? Oh, okay. Here, let's see. Maybe she's saying something. I ended up with an extra slot because I removed some Carby lanterns from the wall, so maybe add collision protection for the door. Ooh, okay, yeah, that could be something cool. I see what you're saying, right? There's a little bit of collision-y stuff happening here, but like honestly, like that's very easily fixable. And seriously, this is fantastic. Wow, what a strong first build. I love it. And I think the coolest thing, the whole point of this tour, and the coolest thing is going to be just that everybody is going to be different. And it's going to be like just such a cool thing of like, I think there's going to be a lot of moments, whether they be vocalized or internal, where everyone's going to go, oh shit, what? Like, I never would have thought to do it like that, you know? And I never would have thought to lay it out like that, right? Or like, oh yeah, you know, like maybe I have a observatory thing, but your framing is going to be different. The way you frame the entrance is going to be different. Your take on the theming, like, and I think that's just the coolest thing, you know? Is just to see that there's so much possibility. And again, this is all 100 item slots. This is only 100 item slots and an apartment, but as many people are pointing out, this really does not feel like just a small little apartment box. This feels much bigger than that. Right, as you're saying, yeah, people are saying like there's a ton of us in here and this doesn't feel cramped at all. Fantastic work, Kero. And Kero, is there any other elements in here that you'd like to call out for us? You know, any extra details or little, maybe even a storyline, you know, story bits or things that you were thinking about when you were building this? You think adding some verticality helps with that too? So like adding the bookshelves and kind of like yeah, the scale here of this the doorway and the bookshelves. And adding the literal verticality of walking up these stairs, which, by the way, I like that these are, you know, custom. I love this is really nicely done too, where utilizing this is like effectively hollow, actually, right? But it looks rock solid, like literally rock solid. And you made it nice and smooth though, so this is a smooth ascent up and down. This is a very nice detail, which easily could have been, you know, choppy, but I think that's really nice that you really like made this whole thing very much registers as something extremely solid, right? As one solid piece, even though in reality it is not, in fact, solid. But I think that is, you know, very, very well done, because for a lot of people, I think it wouldn't even cross your mind that this wouldn't be solid. This really looks like one giant piece of marble or stonework. So fantastic work there. Yeah, right? Like so many bathroom tiles, but the way that you did that, right? With, I mean, each one of these has to be a bathroom tile to make that effect. But beautifully done. Really, really very, very well done. I feel like that's definitely something that will inspire many people who notice that. Yeah. Oh, man. By the way, too, feel free, please, everybody, take pictures and stuff as we're going through these, you know? I definitely think, I don't think we'll have time to maybe stop and do a group photo at every single location, but like, you know, definitely, let's, well, you know, I mean, I guess we could try to like have a quick photo at least in some locations, but yeah, take photos as we're going. By the way, Elijah Wild, Wilt? Is it Wilt or, Wild? Thank you very much for the follow. Same with you, Evo Sandwich. I do apologize I didn't catch that earlier, but yes, thank you very much for those follows and welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying the tour so far. Mia's loving it too, saying you appreciate all the subtle little details and how you blended everything so well. This looks like it could be used in game. You're right, Bad Wolf. No, absolutely. Like, I think this easily looks like believably as something that like could be in the game, like actually just in the game, right? Yeah. Merlin? Wait, like Merlin? I am sorry, wait, what is like Merlin? I'm a little confused there. But I do want to get your name correct. Oh man, okay. Right, 100% could be an NPC's room and wouldn't bat an eye. Yeah, 100% Aramore. Absolutely. You know what? Okay, yeah, for everybody's thing. Actually, can we get up here? This is a good, I think this is a cool picture actually with everybody. Maybe we can try to do this really quickly at everyone's build. Just have at least like a minute or two where we can get everybody around. Especially for the owner to have like an awesome picture showing, you know, all the people who came through and appreciate their wonderful build. If you can get everyone get up in here really quick, and we'll just take just a minute or two here to take a quick G pose. So if you need to sit, do a /sit and then a jump if you want to clear any emotes you did, and then maybe a /beam or something, /smile, /whatever. And then we're just gonna do a quick G pose here for like a minute or two, and then we're gonna go on, okay? Okay. Quickly, here we go. Hopefully everybody's in the shot. Oh, there we go. This looks great. Oh man. There we go. That's the shot right there. Make sure me get my mouse out of the way there. I'll quickly flip over here. There we go. Okay. Hopefully everybody had a chance there to get a screenshot. And feel free to share them in my Discord, or if you guys want to, you know, post it on Twitter or something like that, tag me. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Tag me, and remember, there's the hashtag for Noahside Build Challenge. So if anybody does want to post their build to Twitter, even if it's not on the tour, honestly, if you want to just, if you did something for this tour, or even if you're posting your photos of us being on the tour, post it here. Where is this? There you go. See the hashtag here? Spelled like that, with the 2 eyes, Noahside Build Challenge, okay? Looks like this. There you go. I'm posting it here in the Twitch chat too, so if you need to see it. Feel free to, yeah, let's tag it, and then we can have a little archive of everything. Okay, cool. Cool, let's head over to our next build. Let me get the tour information here. Okay, we're still here on Exodus, except now we're gonna head over to Imperium. So Kero, if you have any last things you would like to say, please feel free to shout them out. And then we're gonna head over to Yod's build, which is over in Imperium. Yod, you see there, Yod Roheim. If you need help getting over to Imperium for whatever reason, Yod, could people potentially add you? Just so that we can get to your place. Can you post your full name in-game, your full in-game name here in the Twitch chat for everybody, in case someone needs to add you? Also here, I've updated the address below the gameplay footage there. This is where we're headed. Oh, looks like everybody's already on their way. Okay, there you go. In case anybody does need help getting to Imperium, there you go. Ollie Aussie. Or Uzi? Uzi? I think it's Aussie. I think it's Ollie Aussie. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And nothing to add, says Kara. Just thank you for coming and for all the kind words. Oh yes, you did wonderful work, Carol. See, you didn't need to be nervous. You did an awesome job. You kicked ass. That's awesome. Like, super, super cool. Let's see, where am I going here? Ward 8. Okay. Okay, come on, PS4, there we go. Plot 7, room 3, okay. Where's plot 7? Is it? Oh, there. Plot 7, room 3. Again, if anybody is watching or has just tuned in and would like to join us in game, we are on Primal right now. Right below where you see the gameplay footage is the address of where we are currently headed. So if you'd like to come join us in game, everybody is welcome to join. Please do feel free to come along. Woohoo! Okay. Oh, let's go walk in through the main entrance like we're proper guests. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, look at that, a little pool. Oh man, it'd be cold at this pool, but ice bath. That's neat, a little pool there. Oh shit, I don't know how to play dead. Doze? There, I've been knocked out. Those sleepy snowball games, you know what I'm saying? Yard is all Teige's work. Okay, yeah. So that's why Teige's retainer is here too, huh? This is you guys are in the same. I see. Yes, the waffle. I'm guessing FC. Both you two. So this will be both of our builds here in this one location. Perfect. Easy peasy. You might be Akarin. If you don't see a whole bunch of us all standing outside, then you may be at the wrong place. So, the address is there. It's Exodus, Imperium, Ward 8, Plot 7, room... Well, we're not in the rooms yet, but room 3. Waffles. If you need, you can add Yod or Teige here, and then you can warp over. So, Akarin, if you need to add Yod or Teige, you can do that. And then you could always warp on over. Okay. So, before we enter and before we go over to, I guess, well, they're both in the rooms, so maybe we can go to the doorway. Okay, here. They're in rooms 3 and 5. So let's head on inside and then wait outside the room, the FC room door. Oh man. Oh, this FC house is wild. Oh man. That's great. I remember Teige showing some of the work in progresses for this as they're building this. So, oh, and I recognize this. Anybody else recognize the googly eyes from that I did from the previous stream? All right, so but here the main thing we're going to is the entrance over here to rooms 3 and rooms 5. I feel like this is probably a whole house that merits its tour in itself. So probably on a future tour we'll be back, and I have no doubt that there will be other stuff. That's fantastic though. Look at that. Oh man. Okay, so here we go. Before we go to Yod's FC room here, here's interpretation for Under the Stars. He wrote the build name is, he's calling it the Astrologian Retreat, and the description that he has for this is an outdoor retreat perfect for the budding astrologian to come and study the stars. Nice and simple. Boom, there it is. All right, shall we go see Yod's Astrologian Retreat? Room number 3 first. Oh, okay. Here, wait, let me put the HUD away. Oh, look at that, look at that. Ah, yeah. There we go. Blacked out room with the ceiling. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, like, I love the little fondue set thing going on here. That's great. And a little study desk. Very purposeful, very almost like minimalistic in a way, but very purposeful. And just like a big view of the stars. Very nice. And I mean, for those of you who know my outdoor amphitheater build, then you know I'm a total sucker for doing stuff like this, creating a false exterior of the house here. So it looks like you've stepped outside into the backyard. Which this is very well done. I love that. Very cool. Log with the whole log cabin thing going on, and the the doorways and everything. Look, wow! Look how dramatic that looks with the shoe bill standing there. Oh, whoa! Hey, pumpkin. There we go. Everybody piling on in here. Yeah, let's get on in, everybody. That's awesome. False exterior is very convincing, right, Amphi? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and I think. Yeah, this is like yet another room that, like, I mean, it really feels, this is like doing a great job of transporting you to some place else that doesn't feel like an FC room, you know? And I think that's wonderful. Fondue's on. Oh, I like with this whole, like, the plates on the ground to make like stepping stones in the garden. That's really nice. Ah, there you go. Yeah, Amphi, we are of same mind. And perfect use, right, for the new door item? Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah, do you want to give a shout out to anything else in this build? Like any specific, you know, thinking or details and stuff? Elaborate more? And if you could, please do it in the Twitch chat too. Yeah, look at that. Let's get a closer look at this table. Purposeful clutter. I like it. I like how the lantern here is like partially sunken in. I think it's a ground lantern, but that just like the way it clips looks really nice. I like that it's only a little tip that's sticking out. Just gives a different kind of feel. You know, you might not even think that that's a big floor lamp the way it is. Very nice. This shoe build though, just posting up near the door dramatically with the light, just like shining like that. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. So dramatic. Holy crap, this is awesome. Hey, you made it, Akarin! Woohoo! You found us. Let's see, what would be a nice angle to take of this to like get the full effect? Because I'm like, oh man, like you want to make sure you get the, okay, well, you know what, maybe like where you can see the telescope. There, like this maybe. Yeah. Just want to gather up really quick. Let's do another group shot. Why not? Yeah, I think we can do this. We can take a group shot everywhere we go. And then we'll just use the wide angle, right? I think if we take it from this angle and then we go group pose and then we take the camera position slider here and we just go like this, then we can get a nice like wide angle where we can see a lot of the room. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cover up a few people. I might cover up a few people with that telescope. There we go. I think like that works maybe. Okay, hold on, let me reset. Just make sure everybody does their emotes if they need to, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, let's zoom it back a little bit. I think I can see everybody like that. Oh, the telescope perfectly. Hopefully, oh no, Kaya. Wait, Kaya, you may want, can you move outside from the telescope? Do you see how you're like behind the telescope there? Maybe you want to move to the side really a bit. There you go. Okay, perfect. I just want to be able to get everybody in the frame here. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully that's everybody can. Where's the... How come no one's moving? Oh, there it is. Perfect. I'll run with that. Cute. It's very dark, but we'll brighten it up. There we go. Okay. Boom. Everyone got a photo? Okay, so yeah, so Yad was saying the item limit is especially hard with covering all the walls and ceiling, so it's difficult to fit everything you wanted. Yeah, right? Definitely, it's an interesting design challenge, you know, being in an apartment or an FC room. Like, just 100 slots. Like, again, look at all this stuff going on. Keep in mind, 100 item slots here. Only 100 item slots, and he had to black out all the walls and everything too, and the ceiling. So, like, but it doesn't feel at all empty, you know? It feels very purposeful. So fantastic job, Yad. Yeah, this is great. Oh, that's actually a cool angle too. Wait, really quick. Kinda wanna... I realized I could do this and then brighten... Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Manually adjust brightness. Brighten it up a little bit. Let me pull the camera in slightly. Okay. Let's good to go, I think. Yeah, do you wanna shout out anything else in here before we head over to Teige's room? No need to apologize, Akarin. Just we're glad to have you here. Everybody, no worries if you gotta join late or whatever, you know, we're just happy to have you here. Nope, we're good? Okay. Well, everybody take your last screenshots in here. And I've asked that everybody who has submitted builds for this does leave the rooms open, so you could always come back with your friends and take some more photos and stuff. And, you know, share them. Share them with your... tell the owners and share them and, yeah, have some fun with that. I will probably be coming back myself and also doing, filming a little bit of, like, look-throughs, walkthroughs of some of these, too. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Yad. That's... another fantastic entry of Under the Stars. And now we're going over to Teige's room. Before we go, though, I'm going to read Teige's bit that he wrote. Okay, so before we head to Teige's room, Teige, for his Under the Stars build, he calls it Witch of the Twelveswood. And the inspiration, he says, is after various scrapped ideas and our FC leader watching me float rectangular partitions only to store them shortly after, inspiration struck. What if I just made the whole build a star? 8 points, 16 walls, answering the question no one asked, what if someone lived in a marble? Thoughts? 4 fucking walls next time. Cries. Okay, interesting. That's a very interesting description, and I don't really know what that was gonna translate to. So that's interesting. We'll see. But this is the man who made that who came up with the camel eating the curtain there. So any you know, chaos in the best way. Okay, everybody, here we go. Let's head to Teige's room. This is room number 5. Oh wait, no, 4? 4. I'm sorry. I think, do I have that listed wrong? Maybe? Oh no, it is number 5. Teige's room is number 4, but we're going to room number 5. Okay. Everybody, we're going to room number 5. Witch of the Twelveswood. It says on the little plaque thing, so. Oh, wall. Okay. Here we go. Oh, let me update quickly the address here. We are now in room number 5. There we go. Okay. Here we are. Oh. Okay. So walking up here. Oh. Walking up here. Walking up here. Oh. A marble. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Through the curtain we go. Boom. Oh, ho ho. I see. Oh, that's so clever. Yo. Wow, that's a very creative take on that. We are literally under a big star, also simultaneously within a big star. Whoa, okay. That's so crazy. Look at that. And then with the jungle gyms there, creating that. Okay, this merits. Here is a learning opportunity for anybody who doesn't know. Tilt camera. Type /tilt camera 100. You can actually type a value between 0 and 100, but if you type /tilt camera, put a space, and then type a value between 0 and 100, your camera will like snap up and down based off of what value you enter. 0 is default, and if you've never seen it before, type /tilt camera 100, and your camera will snap upward quite a bit, and then you can have a much better view of the ceiling and everything in here. So... wow, okay. This is wild. Look at this. And yet there's still so many details in here too, like this little garden corner. Like whatever's going on with the porksy and going on with this cauldron thing. The flower garden over here with the books just kind of poking out. Like there's little books poking out here. Potion wall. Sink with more porksies doing their thing over here. My goodness. There's so much going on here. Watching us scuttle around like crabs in a bucket. I know, right? This is wild. Oh, this is so cool though. Okay, wait, let me try. I'm gonna try going, yeah, out here. Time to tilt camera. Oh, back down. Okay, now I can zoom out, I think. Oh man, this is gonna be a challenge to get a photo in here. But we can do it. We can figure it out. We have the technology. What's like a interesting angle that captures... I stand here? Does that work? Maybe so. There we go. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. All right, you guys want to gather around, see if you can see my view here. I think this might, I can, oh, with G pose, I'm gonna be able to zoom out more. Like, I can do this. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, beautiful G pose. G pose to the rescue. Look at that. Okay. So everybody, maybe give a cheer, give a wave, give a whatever you want to do. Dude, Teige, this is awesome. So creative, such a interesting take on this. Although I would expect no less from you. My goodness, that's awesome. That's just, oh. And I could totally see how this would be a floating nightmare too. Like trying to figure out how this all works out. Crazy. But so cool, man. Okay, here we go. And there we go with Teige up top too. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. That's so nice. There we go. Oh, gotta make sure we get Teige in there. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Teige, do you want to give a shout out to any other aspects of the build here, or any of your other thoughts and stuff? What's going on with the Porksies here? Anybody got guesses? What's happening with the Porksies? What's the storyline here? I'm curious, before maybe you even full on give us the answer, if you even want to, what are some people's guesses as to what the heck's going on in here? This is like delightfully chaotic. Just more things. I mean, it's a witch in the Twelveswood, just saying. Yeah, right, Bad Wolf? It's definitely like a really cool job of making it very like mysterious, and like the whole lead up to coming in here with like behind the curtain and everything. And again, once again, all three of the spaces we've seen today so far, right? Look, they feel radically different, and they don't feel like a apartment box, you know? I mean, I think they're such interesting uses of the space as well as the theme. So cool. Yeah, you like that you just fall down? Yeah, it's really cool. It's like very dramatic where you just pop through, and feels very Teige, you know? Can you order pizza here? I wouldn't doubt it. Teige, do you want to give a shout out to anything else here before we head out? And we'll be heading over to Aether now. But Teige, first, before we go, do you want to... Anyone want to give a shout out to? There's a pig in the basket near the top. Oh, I didn't even... Oh my gosh, there's even one flying here. A Porksie flying up above us, right there. And a pig in a basket near the top. Is that one over? Is that right there? Over there? Oh, cute. Here, wait, let's go. Use the camera. Oh, there he is. So cool. So clever. Oh, man. Yeah, right? It's like an I Spy game. There's so much going on. So many little details and so many things. Teige with that fun vibe. That's awesome. I love that. Okay. Yeah, Teige, if you want to shout anything else out, but if not, I think that wraps up our Primal leg of the tour. And it is now time for us all to DC travel over to Aether and over to Amphi's build. And I'm going to update the address here below the gameplay footage, and I'm also gonna need to log and warp out here. So if you're in a party, make sure to disband your party before you log out. And then we're gonna DC travel over to Aether Gilgamesh, okay? And we're going to the Mist. I just updated the address below the gameplay there, so I will see all of you on Aether. Okay? Hold on, just gotta... warping on over. Time to DC travel. Thankfully, DC travel is honestly very fast, I gotta say. Impressively fast. Okay. So I think we gotta return home first, though, and then we gotta warp out from there. Unless you're from Aether, in which case you're warping home. Yeah. Akarin's right. Yeah, no, that was so so interesting. Like, just such a... all three of those builds, really. I mean, I again, I can't understate that. Like, just, I think it's so cool how already, right? It's exactly what, you know, I hoped for the tour, which was just that everybody would really just take this in totally different directions. And yeah, no, this is amazing. And again, we're going to Aether and we're going to Gilgamesh. And then we're going to actually be hopping servers around in this one, I think. That's interesting. Everybody just happened to be on Exodus in the first one. But we will now be, heading to Aether, Gilgamesh, over to Amphi's place, and let's meet up outside the house. It looks like this is not an apartment. This is inside an FC. So we can all gather up outside the house like we did before. And like I said, please share your photos on Twitter or, you know, in my Discord. We have like a build visits section in the housing section. And we'd love to see everybody's photos and stuff from there. Build visits are, I mean, I don't know. I guess this counts as G-pose as well. Maybe it should just be G-pose. I don't know. Maybe that is like a distinction. I don't know, in this case, it does feel like build visits though, right? Like it feels like we're visiting builds. G-pose is a bit more of like photography of people. So maybe in the builds visits section would make most sense. Okay, hold on, I'm got my world queue 21. Soon, almost there. Oh, don't mind the FC house, says Amphi. It's under construction. Don't worry, Amphi. Yeah, we won't judge. Can't be in game yet, but hope to visit the others soon. Yeah, no worries, Zara. Like I don't think I said this earlier, but the recording of this tour will be on my YouTube channel within a couple days. Within a couple days. I'll need a day or two to make sure I can upload and all that stuff properly, but it'll be on my YouTube channel. So for anybody who's watching, who doesn't know, I have a YouTube channel, and right now it is a showcase of all of my housing streams up to this point. So, if you would like to see the past tours that I've done or any of the other streams that I've done, take a look at my YouTube channel. And again, the recordings of this tour today and tomorrow will both be on the YouTube channel. So you can always rewatch them, or show your friends or whatever, if you can't make it today, or if you just want to rewatch them, right? Where am I going again? The Mist. To Limsa. Ward 1, Plot 4, and then we'll meet outside. Okay, here we go. Residential district, what did I just say? Ward 1. Wow, Ward 1. Fancy. This load time, though. Cannot handle all the Limsa people, I guess. Uh-oh. I heard something cracking in my room somewhere. That's not good. Oh my goodness, is FC House in Stormblood? Oh, I guess that makes sense then that you could be in Ward 1. Admittedly, like, I think my FC house is in Ward 3. Because, yeah, you know, when plots open. Oh, I remember it being here. Lovely little yard, yeah. Oh, hey, you upgraded, or you changed, rather, your deck over here. I like it both in both iterations. Oh, this is nice. I like this little, like, overgrown garden area here with the overlook. Especially with the deck looking out to the ocean. Very nice. Although that's not exactly what we're here to see. Did everybody make it? Did everybody make it over? We got Teige. There we go. There's Teige. Is Yod coming over too? Cracking like a mouse or like a hot wire? No, it sounded more like some, I don't know, like something settling into place. Or, you know what sometimes it has been in the past is when you have those like the sticky hooks like on the walls to, like hang clothes and stuff, and sometimes like they don't, like over time the adhesive wears out or something happens. So sometimes that has been the case where it like clicks a little bit, and it might sometimes mean it's about to fall. Or maybe it's the window clicking. I don't know. I just hear this little like little snap, not snapping sound, but like a little clicky kind of thing. It feels a little bit like, again, like if you push down on a piece of like desk or something, right, and it kind of like, you know, creaks a little bit. Yeah, nothing's about to explode to my knowledge. So, there we go. There's Yod. Sweet. Okay. So here we go. This is Amphi. Oh wow, look at you proudly standing there. All right, there's Amphi. This is their FC house, and we're gonna see their build here. I guess we can tee up right outside the room as before. So we're not gonna go all the way in yet, but we'll go up to the FC room door here while I read out what Amphi wrote for us. So, for Amphi's build here with the Under the Stars theme. So no name, just Under the Stars. That's probably what you would have named it regardless. Also, again, Amphi mentioned this FC house is a work in progress. So, I mean, you can kind of see some pretty cool stuff Amphi's working on. But not TBD. We'll probably be seeing a finished version of this maybe in a future thing. Who knows? But for now, okay, so Amphi says this is just simply called Under the Stars. And the blurb that they wrote is, stars always make me feel calm and peaceful, the same way I feel when I think about love. Aw. I wanted to convey the feeling of gazing up at the stars with someone special, simply enjoying each other's company. I've recently spent a lot of time taking walks with my boyfriend at a nearby botanical garden, so I thought it'd be nice to reflect that scenery as well as the romantic kind of vibe. Oh, that's so sweet. Aw, that's a very sweet way to frame this. Big cute. Oh. Where is Amphi? Where are you, Amphi? There you are. That's very cute. Hopefully your boyfriend's listening in on the tour and can maybe see this. Okay, everybody, let us go take a look at this botanical garden romantic starlit vibe that Amphi calls Under the Stars. This is room number 6. So once again, Amphi's actual room is number 5 here, but this is their alt. And this is room number 6 we're going to. Okay, here we go. And Well, I mean, okay, before I even look up new flagstone steps, flagstone loft rather. Oh, that stone texture is just so damn good. Okay, here we go. Time to look up. Oh, look at this. Whoa. Look at that gazebo. Oh, with the fountain, outdoor fountain. Oh, here too, and similar to Teige, but I mean, so not Teige, Yod thing too. Similar, but at the same time, 100% different, like visually speaking. But like that, the fake exterior here, which again, total sucker for this. I love it. You know, we stepped outside into the garden. Here we are. Dang. The gazebo made you hate wall snap all over again? Oh, I can imagine. Look at that. With all the, yeah, to create this overhang. Oh, that's such a cool pattern though. Look at that. Look at all that. The layer overlap texture that you're creating there. That's so cool. Oh man, look at that. And then I love that it's like you're looking out and there's like even the rock in the distance, like as if you're looking out to maybe like to sea, right? Or something, or just kind of like that, you know, I guess it goes on, right? To me, this almost looks like, yeah, we're on the edge of a cliff, right? Looking out. Is that what did you say it was on a cliff? I don't think you said that in your description, but that's the vibe I'm getting here. That we're on like a botanical garden on a cliff that looks out to the ocean. An island? Amphi rock right there. Supposed to be seascape? Yeah, no, and you nailed it. No, it 100% looks like a seascape, like, yeah, like the ocean, the horizon line, right? With just, oh, I love that subtle difference of the dark night sky, but then the ocean that would reflect the light, and having just the little bits of light that end up, you know, catching those reflections and stuff. Like this, I mean, I don't know if exactly this exact reflection right here is hyper intentional, but like it feels like it, because man, just that catch of light is exactly what a light would do, catching on the horizon line, you know? Oh, hey, Nimbus, coming in with the raid. Nimbus, welcome to the stream, and welcome in, raiders. Hey, thank you so much, Nimbus. As always, a big old shout out to Nimbus, a fellow streamer who streams 14 and a bunch of other variety content. Absolutely, go give Nimbus a check. Like, check out her channel. Wait, hold on. I got this. There we go. Please go check out Nimbus's channel. She's a wonderful streamer and definitely a similarly awesome, chill vibe. So thank you for the raid, Nimbus. Welcome in to all the raiders. We are doing a housing tour right now here in Final Fantasy XIV, and we are touring builds that people from my community here have, and from around the housing community, have submitted to my build challenge to build under with the theme Under the Stars. So all the builds that we're seeing today on this tour are focused around the theme of building under the stars, whatever that means to that person. And we're just going through and seeing all the places. They're also, none of them use any third-party tools, and they're all built in apartments or FC rooms, meaning that everything you see whenever we go to one of these is only 100 items being used. So we are currently here on Aether. The address is right there below the gameplay footage, and we are currently in Amphi's room. This is Amphi right here. And this is her seaside gazebo and botanical garden take on the Under the Stars theme. And as you can see, we are actually just here in an FC room, but here we go. We walked outside the house into the cliffside botanical garden with the gazebo. And like, holy wow, look at this, right? Like, isn't this great? Oh man, this is amazing. Amphi, would you like to shout out any details and stuff in here? Oh, and Muinele. I hope I got that name correct. But welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the tour. And if any of you who are just joining us have characters in 14 on the North American data centers and would like to come join along on tour, anybody is welcome to join us. Again, the address for wherever we are in the tour, the address is right below the gameplay footage there. So the orchestrion is called. The orchestrion that is playing in here is called The Silent Regard of Stars, as an extra detail. Oh, that's lovely. Here, let me make sure I have a listen to this. Oh, that's so nice. Very pretty. Beautifully done, Amphi. Yes, for everybody who is joining us or who is following along here in game too, do make sure to have your in-game music on, because I think a lot of the folks here probably did put some extra music, or if you did put extra music, make sure to shout it out and make sure you tell us so that people can get the full experience, you know? Wow. Can we get a group photo here? Taking a look. Is that Rem? Is this Rem? This got to be Rem. Oh no! Oh, it's Nay. Hello, hello. And can we get a? Let's see. Can we get a photo like this? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Maybe this would be good. Yeah, there we go. Let's all get a little group photo in here. Camera. There we go. Beautiful. Oh man. Okay. As before, if you need to do a /sit and reset your stuff, do a cheer, do a wave, do whatever you're gonna do. Okay. Okay. Group G-pose time. Zoos 1996. Thank you so much for that follow as well. Welcome to the stream. I hope you you are enjoying and enjoy the tour as well. All right, everybody, here we go. Let's take a photo. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. This is so nice. Okay. Let's see if we can catch. There we go. Okay, I think that mostly captures everything. I'll have to do a little bit of touch-up stuff to probably brighten things up a touch in here. But oh my gosh, the minion is coming at me with that hammer. Look at that. Gaia, please. Oh my gosh, wait, let me make sure we can see Akarin right there. And Gaia can chill there. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that. I thought, I don't know, they registered this as a person, but like now that I look at it, dude, she's like way in front of everyone else. Look at this. Gaia's coming at, like just launching toward the camera. Oh my goodness. Yo, Gaia, please. That's amazing. This is beautiful, though. My goodness. Amazing work, Amphi. And to think, I know, like a small, like extra little note that I know is like, I know Amphi had messaged me at one point saying that they weren't sure if they were going to be able to, you know, do something here. They weren't sure if they weren't sure if they had an idea that they really liked or that they could, you know, figure something out. So I know there was a chance at one point that Amphi wouldn't have been on the tour here. But look at this. Like, I remember telling you, oh, I think you'll come up with something. You'll figure it out. And my goodness, you did. Like, look at this. This is amazing. This is stunning. Okay. Oh, oh, Karin, you're gonna use this place for a date? Well, I'm sure you'll find someone. I mean, this would be an incredible date spot. If you keep this up till Valentine's Day, Amphi, you could have a hit here. Charge people by the hour to just hang out in here for, you know, for their Valentine RP or something. And Amphi, is there anything else you'd like to shout out in here for us again? Like any extra details or anything else that you were thinking about, you know, while you were making this? I'm curious, actually, which parts in here are based off of the real Arboretum, and like which is like your elaboration on that, you know? Like if you have like a little TLDR in that version, like was the real Arboretum that you were actually walking around, did it have like a big fountain and a gazebo and even like a stained glass bit to the entryway? Or are some of these bits like sort of an elaboration on when you're imagining what a botanical garden could have? Oh man. Wow. One night. You built most of this in one night, Amphi? You know, sometimes it do be like that though, right? Sometimes the creativity is just like firing, you know, you're just going and just like you're just on, you know? So I feel that, like I know that definitely can happen. Wow. Okay. So Anthy's saying no stained glass or anything, but the fountain, gazebo, and different plants are part of it. So yeah, when housing gods tell you to build, you build. True dat. Dude, everybody chiming in instantly. Oh my god, yeah. You know when the creativity is just like firing, especially like, you know, if you have like a big chunk of time, maybe late at night or something. I know this is a big reason why like I'm like such a night owl too, is a lot of times it's like you just start firing, you know, you just start going. And then once you're going, when you're in the flow, right? I think, you know, all of us who've done creative work, we know, you know, when you get that in the flow, sometimes it's incredible what you can get done when you're in flow, right? Why did the housing gods wake up at 7 a.m.? I don't know, but when they call, you know? Oh, it do be like that, though. There you go, Mabel. I like that answer. I just want someone to have a cup of coffee with, as I'm literally sipping my coffee right now. Hey, what's up, Yuki-chan? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Amphi, just as we're wrapping this one up, if there's anything else you'd like to say, feel free to shout it out now. And then we will head on over to our next build. So our next build is going to be by Liara. Liara Helperton, where you at? There you are. There's a little Liara, right there. There she is. All right. So yeah, any last comments for Amphi or questions or anything like that? And again, Amphi, if you want to shout out anything else, feel free to shout it out now in the Twitch chat here. And I'm going to update the address for where we're headed next. The next stop is actually, we're going to be hopping servers. Actually, I just realized I made a slight mistake here. Wait. I put Akarin's build at the very end of the tour, but we're already on Gilgamesh. You know, it's fine. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. We'll come back to Gilgamesh. That's okay. Let's just head. I know people already started heading over. We'll stick with the tour itinerary. I realize that means we're gonna ping pong out of Gilgamesh to Midgard-Stormr and then come back. That's fine though. Whatever. Okay. We're sticking with the itinerary. Liara Helperton's build next. We're headed to Midgard-Stormr, Lavender Beds, Ward 10, and we'll meet outside the apartment building. And I do believe this is not in the subdivision. This is the main division apartments. So, okay, let's all head over there. Midgard-Stormr, we'll see you there. Lavender Beds, right? So head to New Gridania and then change servers from there. So. Oh, we're in your server? Well, it sounds like you should be joining us, Yuki. Come on over. Oh, and by the way, worth mentioning too, for those of you in my Discord, if you do look at the tour itinerary, for anybody who wanted to share their social media handle, I do have it linked there as well. So many of the designers here on this tour do have social media, like Twitter accounts or something that you can follow them with. So like Amphi for one is overly_OK on Twitter. So yeah, if you like a lot of these people's work, first of all, friend them and hang out and talk to them in game and reach out to them in the server. Because I think almost everybody on this tour is in my server. Well, everybody had to be in order to submit their build. So they're in my server and you can talk to them and hang out and get to know them and tell them how much you appreciate their work and how fucking awesome they are. And also follow them on Twitter. You know, check out their other builds. I know many people in here probably have done multiple builds or will do in the future. So yeah. I know the tours are always like a really good opportunity for people to find their new favorite designers, you know, and new people they might want to collab with or commission or even just, you know, get inspired by, of course. Like, I think everybody is going to come away with this with a ton of inspiration. I know I certainly am. And here we go. Lavender Beds. What did I say? Ward 10, right? There we go. Ward 10, and we're meeting at the apartment, the Lily Hills apartment building, the regular division, I believe. So. Yuki, the address is right there below the gameplay footage. Here on Twitch, so you can see the address listed right there. It is Aether, Midgard-Stormr, Lavender Beds, Ward 10, apartment room 59, and we're meeting outside the apartment building, though. And again, for anybody who wants to join us, I will be updating every time we move locations. I will be updating the address on the Twitch there, right below the gameplay footage, so you can see where we're headed to. And yes, exactly, Akarin. I put you on last because I wasn't sure. For anybody who doesn't know, Akari's over in Japan, so we weren't sure if she was going to be able to join us until later in the tour potentially. So that's why I initially put her at the end, and I realized that I could have put Amphi then right in front of her. Is what I was, I guess, getting at there. Where I usually try to clump it where, when I'm thinking through the tour itineraries, right? I'm trying to think through like what's the easiest for everybody. So usually two things is I try to cluster all the same builds that are on a similar server together, and then I also always try to make it where when we first arrive on a server, if possible, the first build that we go to is something that is in the main 3 housing wards, so Mist, Goblet, or Lavender beds, because people might need a warp if it's over in Imperium or Shirogane, and so I figure it's easier to meet up, for example, here in Lavender beds, and then from here, get friend listed, and then warp away to like Shirogane or something like that. So that's like why, for example, Liara is put here before Alaura's. One of the reasons would be that Liara's is in Lavender beds, so that way when we arrive here, we can all meet up easily. Just a little behind the scenes tidbit there for y'all. I think everybody's here now, so let's see here. Okay, so before we head inside, let's see what Liara has to say for us. So here we go. For Liara's Under the Stars build, she says, the build name is Fireside Starry Night. The build story is, build story. About a year or so ago, I was poking around on social media and came across a picture of a wooden structure with swings and a fire pit in the middle. It looked so relaxing and thought it might be neat to try to build it in Final Fantasy XIV. This build challenge was perfect for it. You can relax on the back porch or chill on the swing by the fire pit. I wish I had this set up IRL. Smiley face. Ah, yes. So many of these builds, honestly, I'm like, damn, like I would love to have an observatory, a backyard, you know, like patio that looks like this, arboretum, like, you know, like a secret marble den where they're cooking porksies, you know, all of it. I'd love to have it all in real life, right? Who wouldn't? So, I mean, that it's just, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready? I think we're all ready. I think pretty much everybody's here. I think that's most of our group here. They're even cheering. We're ready to rock and roll. All right, everybody, let's head on in to, what is this, room 59 to Liara's Fireside Starry Night. Okay. Oh, let's not run. Oh my goodness. Look at this, look at this. Wow, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Just, okay, immediately, like just like a first impression of like just looking up and just seeing the structure here going on. Let's brighten this up ever so slightly. I realize maybe I should have done this with some of the other ones, but just have a little color correction filter thing that I have on OBS here to kind of brighten it up so people can see a little bit better on the tours. Like, wow, look at that. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's so, I mean, you didn't even need to use a fake door, but just structuring out the house like this with the pillars, like there's a patio, like a deck. Yo, this is a really, yet another false exterior, but in a totally different style. Very, very cool. Look at that. That's so cool. It definitely feels like you're on the patio porch of a cabin or something, you know, and that's awesome. And it's done with using the actual door and everything too. I mean, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels very custom. I love that. And the swing, sort of gazebo looking thing here. Oh, look at that fire pit. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at how everyone's sitting around here. This is definitely going to be a photo too. Just, I like the simple, like, blacked out kind of garden looking thing going on here. And then look at this, look at that vibe. Just look at this vibe. How nice that is. Dude, we could just fireside chat here, you know? This has now become a fireside chat stream. Wow. I see what you mean by that it would be so cool to have a place like this IRL. Yeah, Amphi's saying it too. Yeah, this is really cool. Very atmospheric. Oh man, yeah, look at all, everybody's loving this. It's like group therapy, yeah. Group powwow, right? Like, we're either gonna sing campfire songs together. Our CIMPFIREFSONG song. Anyone who gets that reference? But yeah, sing some campfire songs, or just, yeah. Just honestly stare into the fire. Like, this is actually kind of, I mean, you know, you do this in real life when you go camping and these kind of things. You just like stare at the fire. And Fluffy. This is Fluffy, right? Or is it someone else? Oh, it's definitely Fluffy. There's Alaura. 100% Fluffy. Just basking in the glow, as Fluffy does. Oh, mesmerizing though, honestly, right? The new this flame with this torch is just so good. That has exactly the mesmerizing quality of like real fire, in my opinion. My goodness. The bonfire orchestrion is playing. Oh, so you get the fire crackling. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I hear it. Beautiful use of the ambient orchestrion rolls. Yeah, seriously, so many of these builds, you gotta come in person if you can. I've asked that all the people leave these builds open for everybody to come take a look at. You really gotta be here in person. I mean, it's one thing to see it with everybody here, which is awesome in its own way, but like, you gotta come check it out in person. Bring some of your friends and just like hang out in some of these spaces, because basically all of these would just be so fun and so nice to just hang out in. Man, this is great. So cool. Oh man, let's see, how can we do a good group photo here? Maybe like this and zoom out, all kind of like around the fire? Yeah, I mean, maybe for this one, just kind of like everybody gather around the fire. I think we're kind of already like that, but if anyone's near like the door, come gather on the fire, maybe come around the other sides. Here, I'll come sit, like maybe here. Come sit by the fire, come gather around the fire. If you don't have to necessarily face the camera, just as long as we're kind of all maybe around the fire. Here, I'm gonna angle my camera like this, I think. I can't get everyone just because of the way the pillars are, but like, so if you want to move out from behind a pillar, there you go. You can kind of see where my camera's at. But, I mean, honestly, this is a build that I feel like it's so much about being here and not necessarily like it's not meant for photos, right? It's meant to be immersive and for you to be here with people. So, and yeah, right, Ashlar, like it's really cool how the fire makes the walls and like the rest of it feel darker, because it's so concentrated that there's this single point of light here, and it's really apparent too when you like zoom out. You know, you can really see. Akarin, do you want to come a little closer into the photo and stuff? Oh, that flying squirrel. This flying squirrel's hanging out with a little tapir. How cute. Oh gosh, that dog is hot dog. Hot dog. What's cooking? hot dogs, I guess, tonight. Not s'mores, I don't know. But... Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh wait, there we go. I can get a car in a little bit here. Oh, look at that. That's such a nice little photo. Ain't that a vibe? Outdoor excursions. You have to hop to an FC raid, but you'll check out the rest of the builds later. Okay, Kaya, no worries. Hey, thank you very much for coming, Kaya. Have fun with your FC raid, and we'll see you tomorrow when we'll be seeing your build. So, we'll see you tomorrow, Kaya. Have fun. Oh, you're heading out to Airmore? Okay, we'll see you there. We'll see you tomorrow. Have fun, both of you. It makes sense. It makes sense that they would be headed off together. The Dusk Wallows heading out. All right. All right. Oh man, this is such a nice spot. Man, I almost feel like this could just be, like I said, like so many of these places just feel like, man, we should just hang out here, you know, for hours and just like have a chat. Which we did talk about before. We talked about, you know, doing some more of those kinds of things where we're just hanging out. We've done a couple of them now, like after streams and stuff, but I do know it'd be nice to have some, you know, very like planned out, you know, from this day ahead of time, we'll be doing this and that. So this gives a lot of really great ideas. I think I asked this last time we were on tour too, but like, I'm guessing, would a lot of you be down for having like a, you know, fireside or like a, you know, hangout on stream that's more of just like in the Discord or something where we're just kind of you know, doing just chatting almost, right? And just like hanging out and stuff. But, you know, definitely we could pick maybe one of these places that people built, or, you know, use one of the places that I'll be working on in my FC or anything like that. And just have everyone kind of just like hanging out, right? But absolutely too, I mean, feel free to, even of your own accord, bring your friends here, bring your FCs, come show them these people's work, you know? Enjoy the spaces. These were all spaces meant to really, I think, be enjoyed, you know, first and foremost, so please go crazy with that. I'm sure all the designers here would love to see people posting photos and sharing it with their friends and stuff. It's so nice. Liara, is there anything else you want to add for while we're here? Any other thoughts or, you know, details or anything like that? And Mia's saying, this build really just makes you think of how my local friends and how your local friends and you would just hang around a fire pit on fall nights and make s'mores and just chill. So cozy. You'd practically smell the fire, right? Including the dogs getting too close to for comfort, right? Like, it's all there. The grass, the stars, the ambiance, the fire crackle, the wonderful people. They're really just great people all just hanging out. Oh, this is another really good angle. Oh man, okay, I'm gonna take a quick another photo of this too. Oh, this is it's just so cozy and nice. Gotta snap a quick photo of this too. Too good to pass up. Okay. Yeah, right? Just adding all the things to the stream, but like, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the whole thing that really excites me about streaming and what I'm trying to do with so much of my stream is to create, you know, welcoming, warm spaces and places that people want to be in. They want to hang in, not just as a pretty picture, but like that people want to be in these spaces. And I do feel like that's something then that I'm really just loving all the ambiance and the vibe that we're getting here, where people just, I think for like a lot of these builds, everyone's just saying like, I would want to be here. Like I want to own this, you know? I want to like, you know, hang out in here all the time. And I think that's so very much in line with what I'm going for with my stream and everything. So, okay, so, oh, this is so cute. Everybody's like talking about how this is bringing all those memories back. Bonfires and camping. Ping's saying the same thing, Amphi's saying the same. Yeah, everybody's loving this. Right? Akarin's saying, yeah, like even when you want to be alone, this would still be like a really nice, like, this could definitely be a very pensive, a great place to just be pensive and kind of reflect, right? OMG, sorry, Caps. Look. Camp stories at night. Right, exactly. Okay. Well, this, yeah, no, seriously, like that's crazy. Like, I mean, I think so many people here are just feeling that like raw emotion. Here, wait. I think, no microphone. Okay. Because this, in particular, I feel like everybody's like really like liking this fire thing. Just so if anybody like can't hear in game for whatever reason and like layer that on top, like here, I'm gonna mute for a second the lo-fi audio of my stream, just so you can hear this thing. Here you go. Oh wait, hold on. I think that didn't really work. There we go. I think the audio for the Spotify background music should be gone. Really quick, music. I'm still here. Can you guys hear that now? Is that coming through? The PS4 little like fire crackle? I don't think I'm gonna get DMCA'd for fire and crackle and stuff, but yeah. So there you go. Just a little bit of ambiance. Hopefully without any of the lo-fi music going. Just to give everyone like a taste of like what this is like being in here. Isn't that nice? Quite a moment, huh? Here we go. You can even just like full screen this. Boom. Getting DMCA'd for bonfire sounds, right? Don't at me, Twitch. Okay, but we do have a few more builds here we need to get going to. So, again, please come back and do another hangout here. In fact, maybe, I mean, it seems like everybody's really enjoying this. Maybe a separate stream next week or something. Maybe we could do like an extra stream where we just come hang out in some of the builds and just maybe have a chat in the Discord, or I don't know, read your bedtime stories on stream or something, you know? Have like a subathon. I'll keep reading as long as the sub timer keeps going. I don't know. No, I don't know. I kid, but yeah, it seems like everybody would really love to like even just like hang out at some of these builds and stuff more. So let's consider it. We shall consider it. Liara, if you have any more final thoughts and words, please do feel free to shout them out here. And if not, though, we'll head over to our next build. Oh, and Kara, thank you so much for resubscribing to Tier 1. I very much appreciate that, Kara. Glad to have you here. And if you're not already here in game with us, you should come join us. We will start heading over, though, to our next build, which is going to be by Alaura. Okay, I will update here the address below the gameplay here. We are still going to be here on Midgard Stormer, though, but we're heading over to Shirogane, over to Ward 15 and the Subdivision apartments, and we're going to meet outside there, okay? Okay. Incoming Spotify music again. Okay, hopefully it didn't blow anyone's ears out or anything. Off to work. Tolemios. Glad you could join us, though. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And like I said, if you guys do need to head out or anything like that too, the VODs for this will all be on my YouTube channel, so you will be able to see these again. And of course, come visit on your own if you would like even. So where we headed? We're headed to Shirogane. See you all there. If anybody needs help getting to Shirogane, I hope maybe, Alaura, would you mind if people added you if they need to? Oh, let me update the address, sorry. Okay, here you go. There, the address has been updated, so Aether, Midgard, Stormer, Shirogane, Ward 15, apartment subdivision, and we will be in room 13, but hold on, hang outside the subdivision, or this the apartments first. We'll go inside together. So this is Ward 15, here we go, okay. So there you go. And Alaura Danon, it's just without an underscore in-game, but that's her name in-game. So if you need to add her, so you can get over there, she says she doesn't mind if you add her. Because I know this is in Shirogane, and not everyone can always get here, so. Just want to do a quick mic and sound check. Is the volume and everything back to normal? Can everyone hear me and the background music and all that stuff okay? Anytime I fiddle around with those settings, you know, I'm always like a little bit worried that something's gonna get wonky. Kobai Goten, I think, apartments? Subdivision? Yep, sounds good. Perfect, okay. Great. How are we doing on time here? Oh, okay, actually we're doing pretty good here. We got 3 more builds, and we're here right around the 2-hour mark. Good. All right. Good. We're chugging along here. Okay. Oh, there we go. The grand entrance. I love it. Okay. So here we are. We are outside Alaura Danon's apartment building. And let me read what Alaura has written for us with regard to this build. Oh no, Akarin, you're in Imperium? Well, you're jumping the gun a little bit, because the next build will be in the Imperium, but this time we're in Shirogane. So, come on over here. Don't worry, you have a few minutes here though, while I'm reading Alaura's thing here before we go inside. So you're good. Okay. So, here is what Alaura wrote for us. So, her description here is, it's a secret hideout. There is a cave deep in the forest where our guild of assassins hide out from time to time. Ooh, all right. No one outside must know of this place. You hear that, everybody? No one outside must know of this place. So, shh, it's just us and all of the internet. Okay? So, shh, keep it safe, keep it secret. You heard the lady. The master of the guild, continuing what she said, the master of the guild left a note on one of the crates instructing us to do what must be done if we find a spy nearby. We are taking care of the problem right now and making s'mores. Can't let a good fire go to waste. Important, important. Obviously. They have their priorities and their ducks in a row, clearly. And possibly roasting them. Approaching the prompt didn't take much. Night Star's sacrifice. Big old smiley face. Of course, needed a little cave to go with it. And for the mannequin names, it only seemed appropriate to sacrifice Tim Hortons as Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks are better. I see. So, for anybody who's not aware, right? If you use mannequins in housing, you can name you have to, when you use a mannequin and you put items or whatever you want on there, that kind of thing, you have to attach a retainer to the mannequin. And the mannequin takes on the name of the retainer that you attach to it. So if it's like Billy Bob, right, it'll say mannequin Billy Bob. But you can also name your retainers then clever things like, for example, if you're using it as a weapon stand, right? You know, you could, like, I don't know, name it Shovel of God or something like that, and put like one of the, I don't know, a shovel weapon or something on there if there was one, right? Or the Hammer of God, right? Like use the new warrior weapon, right? And like use a weapon display with the custom mannequin, and you could call it like Hammer of God, and that would be your retainer's name that you attach to the mannequin. And then when people visit the build, if they have the names displayed, you'll see the name Hammer of God listed, like, or shown like right there next to the hammer. So worth noting for anybody who doesn't know that that's possible. So make note then, so to say, you might want to disable your HUD when you're walking around with everyone's names, but at some point turn it back on and kind of find her retainer area so you can properly see Tim Hortons getting sacrificed. Okay, I love it. So beautiful. I love the story, and very Alaura, as we all know and love. I would expect nothing less from you, Miss Danon. Okay, Alaura, are you ready? Here we go, everybody. Let's head on in to room number 13, Alaura's secret hideout. Soon to be a very unsecret hideout. Let's go, everybody. Room number 13. Ooh, look at the trapdoor. Before I even look up, look at that trapdoor on the ground. Yo, that's sweet. Or like, not trapdoor, secret escape hatch? I don't know. Like, okay, maybe let's look up like a, whoa. Oh, I see the secret hideout-y stuff coming in here. Oh, look at that, yeah. Oh, the grate up top. Ooh, I like that, with the very subtle little like moon glow, right? Just a little bit of sparkle there. Just to show that the light is shining down from the moonbeams. Oh, a lot! Look at all the ponds. This place must sound like a lot of water is going on, all over the place. A little custom entryway. Man, this shoe bill once again just posting. Shoe bill, please. Oh, I like this little storytelling elements with the little letter here. Like, what's going on? You know. I see the fire over there, by the way. I do know. I do see it. I'm just trying to take all this in first. What's happening with these rocks? Okay, and Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh, those oh my goodness. You guys see this? all 3 of these are retainers. But look, turn off the HUD. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And again, look at the retainer names. Look at those retainer names. Oh my gosh. What? This... Oh my gosh. Alaura, you too clever. Oh my goodness. Look at it, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, see, like Brendan didn't even realize that those are retainers. It just looks like they do. It really genuinely looks like people. That's so good too. And I love how by putting on like the mask and stuff too, you can't even tell that it's the blank retainer, right? Because like if you probably look at the faces here, right, you can see the, oh, that's not real people because of the faces. But yeah, I mean, I love the forced perspective of that you, oh no, Liara. I love that forced perspective though, of that, you know, you wouldn't really probably, there's no real reason you'd go around and flip your camera around. But from this angle, especially like this, with this off, this is indistinguishable. Like there's no way that anyone would be able to know that those aren't all 3 real people. Oh, this is amazing. Incredible. Oh shit. Dude. The wacky storytelling in Liara's Alaura, well, I mean also Liara, but Alaura's builds is always so interesting. Every build, Alaura, you have such a very unique, like, just perspective on your builds. I love it. If you like this build, definitely please go check out Alaura's like Twitter and look at her other work, because she just has a whole collection of insanely creative, like just like very, almost like, I think what people would be like cursed, almost like in the best way kind of builds. They always just have like such a fun sense of humor and like wackiness, or like a dark, almost like a little bit twisted, you know, like tinge to it. That I think, but it's also like usually in a comical kind of like dark way. Oh, I love it. It's so good. The good cursed, yeah. Tim Hortons to go. Right, Amphi? Yeah, like everybody has this like, yeah, it's like the night sky, and it's like just like real cozy, real calm, right? Like the kind of place you'd kind of just like chill at. I think, well, Teige had a little bit of chaos in his too, but like, yeah, like Teige and Alaura took the prompt in similarly like, let's just, what's a wacky spin that we could put on this, you know? And I love that. I think that's so cool. But yet, you know, both of their builds are like night and day. I mean, like completely different takes on that. So cool. Cozily, warmly, slowly. Oh, this is brilliant. I love that. Oh yeah, and do message book here, hidden in the letter. So for any of you who noticed the little arrow here, and now you can see the little sparkle, but message book there in case any of you want to leave Alaura a lovely comment there, or when you bring your friends, make sure they see that. The message book there is with the letter, and that's such a nice little thing, leaving a letter for Alaura. Alaura, where are you? Where is she? She hiding somewhere? Am I blind? Oh, never mind. What the heck? There you are. I am blind. Literally right next to me. Incredible. Dude. I love it. I love how, like, your brain is so unique and so different in the absolute best way. I love it. I think it's always a treat because you truly are definitely a designer where I never know what to expect. It's just like, whatever you're thinking, Alaura's definitely not thinking that. And it's so cool and so creative. So this is awesome. Alaura, do you want to give a shout out to any other little details in here that maybe people have missed, or even add a little backstory to any of this even more? Is it too cursed if we all just sit, like, do you know the ground sit thing where you're like in the prayer pose where you're like on your knees with your feet underneath you? Is that too cursed if we're all sitting like that looking at this thing going on? Like we're in a cult? That's immediately my idea for our group pose here. Just can't pick a favorite. They're all amazing. Right, these are all so cool, right, Kara? Or what do you have a suggestion, Alaura, for like what pose we do for in here? I feel like maybe that's a little much. I don't know. I think people out of context might actually think maybe the wrong thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get canceled for sacrificing Lalas. Honestly, I feel like just even this, just like everyone's like looking around, like what the hell's going on? What is happening here? That's what you kids are up to these days on the internets. I knew the internet had some shady business going on. Playing those video games again, getting up to no good mischief. Right, just hanging around a campfire, just like we were before, right? I don't see anything different. Grab your G poses, everybody. Grab your photos. Ba. Oh, that's great. The little Zevin with the rah. Oh man. Brilliant. They'll never know. They'll never know. Just team meeting, team huddle, right? It's like team huddle in the cave. Especially if you go, like, if you just go like this, like if I just do this, right there. If I just block it with the camera. Oh look, we're all just gathered around the campfire. Nothing to see here. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G. Was it F-I-R-E-C-A-M-P? C-I-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. Not cursed. There we go. That's the not cursed group photo that everyone was looking for. So, boom. They'll never know. And then people will go, wow, like what a cute build. Like, I definitely want to come see this. And they, remember, as Alaura said, just us and all of the internet, okay? So, no one will know. It's only going on YouTube. It's like, no one, you know. It's like, who's on YouTube? No one's on YouTube, right? Just us on the internet. Just little old us on the internet. It's all good. It's all good. It's just it's secret. All right. Anybody getting more of their photos? So absolutely amazingly creative. So just. Yeah. Oh, you know, I should here. I want to take a photo. I need to take a photo with actual names available there. I feel like that's kind of important with this build in particular. You gotta see the mannequin names, you know? That's important to point out to people. Okay. Alaura, if you want to shout out anything else, please do so now. Honestly, this doubles almost as a Halloween build already, right? Doesn't this make you excited for like, Alaura, what are you gonna come for Halloween? I feel like every build, almost every build that you've done could easily be on the Spooktober Halloween tour that we'll be doing in October. But I'm so curious, like what you're gonna have cooking up for Halloween. Alaura, yeah, again, please, if you would like to shout out anything else, tell us anything else about this before we head over to the next place, now would be the time. And I'm going to start posting up our second to last stop, which will be Maple Blackwell's house, or rather apartment, also here on Midgardstormer, and this time in Imperium. So, Akarin, now is your chance to go to Imperium. Okay. There we go. Oh, but she is already working on something for Halloween on Bismarck. What could it be? What could it be? Well, there we go. All right, everybody. Let's head on over, though, to Maple's place. Let's meet outside the apartment building. This is going to be Imperium Ward 10 here on the same server, Midgardstormer. And once again, if anybody does need a warp over there, hopefully, I think Maple will probably be willing to add you to her friends list. So, Maple, I think that's your name in game too, right? Maple Blackwell. So, if someone needs to add you to get a warp on over, add Maple in game. There, she just posted it in Twitch there. So, yeah. Let's head on over. If you need help to get Imperium, there you go. See you guys there. Oh shoot, I totally just realized I messed that up. I went to Ward 1, but it's Room 1 that we need to go to. It's Ward 10. Right? I think I messed that up. I'm pretty sure I did. And Nezikant, hey, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the housing tour. Oh, there they are. And you're right here. Oh, looking very cool with that. I love the big bow on that back of that outfit. That's so nice. A samurai. Here you go. You made it. Okay, we're going to apartment subdivisions. So this is Ingleside subdivision. And Yuki, you always love streams like this. Glad you joined. Oh, and we're glad to have you. Yeah, definitely the housing tours are, I think, probably by far the most popular and biggest housing streams that I do. And for good reason. I think it's such a great opportunity to just be able to see everybody's work and just see everything. Oh, this is so nice. y'all are great. Okay. Here we are. I know some people might still be coming over here, but I'll get started reading Maple's description here. Okay. So, we are here outside Maple Blackwell's apartment, and their story and take on the Under the Stars theme. The build name is Polaris Planetarium. And inspiration. A few years ago, we took a trip out to California, and during that trip, we went to Griffith Observatory, a very famous observatory down near LA area. And I thought it was such a beautiful piece of architecture, and I also saw my very first planetarium show there, and I wanted to create something in-game that evoked the same feeling of being there. I went with the curvature of the marble arches and marble alcove beds, as you can find quite a bit of the same style of architecture at Griffith. For the Planetarium show piece, I decided to dedicate it to the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. And Polaris, aka the North Star, is part of the Little Dipper constellation, so that's where the name comes from. Oh, clever. And for any of you who don't know astronomy, those are, constellations, the Big Dipper and Little Dipper. Worth maybe just doing a quick Google on that if you don't know what those are, so that way when you see, us go inside here, you kind of see what she's referencing. So you can also Google Griffith Observatory if you wanted to see the real life inspiration for this. Again, it's a very famous, not Griffin, by the way, Griffith Observatory, and it's in California near LA. So, very famous. To be honest, you've probably seen this on Instagram because there's many people who take photos of this place. All right. Sounds super cool. Love the description. Okay, so let's see here. Everybody, we all ready? I think we're ready. Okay, everybody. Let's go take a look at the Polaris Planetarium room number 1 here in Ingleside, which honestly, even just like the description alone matched with Ingleside here works very well. All this, like, just from what you even read with the marble and stuff, perfect place for this. Look at this. Look at the stars. This is a perfect place for a observatory, right? Look at that. Look at that skybox, and look at all the, like, it's perfect. Rune number 1, let's go. Oh boy, okay, here we go. Whoa, whoa, okay. Wow, look at this. Whoa, look at this. Okay, let me just try to get in a little bit of open space here. Oh, look at that with the windows. Okay, this is, I think it's very important if you don't know what like a planetarium show is, or like if you've never seen the Griffith Observatory, look it up and then you'll see exactly what she means by that. This whole building was inspired by the Griffith Observatory because it's got a very specific look to it, and a very famous look. And you can really see that in the arches, the way it's this circular structure with the arches and just all of this. Oh, wow. Yo, what a cool use of the Aetheris globe, by the way, right there. Like, that's so cool, both as an element, like a design element, because honestly, that just looks cool as hell. Like, just like this looks like this looks like an amazingly cool telescope, or arguably a really cool laser gun. But then also, like, you could also take it as that the globe is what you would be seeing if you were looking through that, or that's how I was taking it too. Like, that kind of look, I mean, yeah, it's like, what are they looking at through the telescope? Oh, they're looking at this. They're looking at the Aetheris, right? Or something like that. Like, I don't know. That, I think, I'm not sure if that's exactly what Maple had in mind, but I think that that's beautiful. This really caught my eye. All the sparkles are going on. Where's Maple? She's right there. There she is. Right there. Maple. Oh shit. Hey, what's up, Amelia? Hey, welcome back to the stream. Amelia, if you want to come join us, we are looking at builds from my build challenge, and we are on the last 2 right now. We're over on Aether if you want to come join us in game. Loving the arches, says Ashlar. Fuck yeah. No, this is such a beautiful capturing of that space. Whoa. Oh, interesting. With the way that glitches actually looks really cool. It almost looks like it is blinking and stuff. Man, isn't that beautiful? And I think very smart use of a different types of the lighting, or the ceiling stars, right? I think a lot of folks were using the undersea spoils for the very bright yellow gold looking stars. And I think it's pretty cool that for this one, she used a different, I think it was those carbuncles? I'm not sure exactly, maybe not carbuncles, but it's a different set of lights that are creating this star, and it works really well with that really deep, dark blue sky thing she's got going on. And I think that's another really nice touch here, is that I think it's not better or worse, it's just different, right? But like, that she has her sky, the fake sky here, a deep dark blue, which makes it feel like it's a bit illuminated by like moonlight or something, as opposed to pitch black. So like, one take on it is pitch black night sky, but a lot of times the night sky isn't in fact pitch black. It's like, some kind of a dark shade of purple or, blue or something. And I like that you dyed your fake roof here with that tint of color. So it really feels as if, you're maybe observing it on a moon-filled night or something that would be a great time to actually view the stars. Really fantastic. Let's see. And also, do you guys actually see that? Do you see how this is the constellations, right? Like, there it is, the dip, right? There's the tail, there's the ladle, as it were, like the spoon part, right? Like, or I think maybe, sorry, am I looking at that correctly? But like, she actually did create the constellations here in the ceiling using the stars. That's so good. The Big Dipper and Little Dipper, which again, she says the Polaris is another name for the North Star, which exists in, she said the Little Dipper, right? Yes, the North Star is part of the Little Dipper, and so that's where the name of her observatory comes from. Yo, this is a great GPO spot for sure, I think, for some people with like maybe some astrologians to come and like astrologians to come take some group shots. Bring your FC, bring all the, astrologians. We love everybody. However you say it. Bring them on over. Take some photos of this place and then like share it and tag Maple. This is so cool. Oh, Amelia, you're watching on your phone. You'd love to come right now, but you can't. Hey, that's okay. No, hey, well, first of all, don't worry. The full VOD recording of this will be up on my YouTube channel, so you can always take a look at that later if you want. But we're happy to even have you to hear just in spirit and on the phone. So, I'm working on, Maple's saying, I'm working on transitioning this to my personal house right now. Oh, so you want to go all in on this? Like, you're gonna, like, make this, you know, even double down on this whole thing? That's so cool. I look forward to seeing that, Maple. See, Kero's pointing out the shadows with the lighting and the arches looks amazing. Yeah, right? Like, using the, using these lights from the new area, right? Endwalker, and they cast the dynamic shadows, and that really has such a dramatic, like, really nice effect with the arches there, which is I think what Kero you're talking about, where see how like there's the shadows getting cast here? It's like that uplighting. And if you guys have been to, you know, like skyscrapers up close or observatories and stuff, then you also know that like that is the character of lighting that you often see in these, right? Is you don't want to flood the room with light because obviously you need it dark to observe the stars and stuff. And a lot of times too, those skyscrapers and everything, it is this upward facing light where there's like an upward casting of shadows. And I think that that's a very smart choice to use this kind of lighting with that, because it really does capture that feeling of that sort of light swinging upward and outward, and kind of casting a shadow up the face of the building instead of just like washing the whole side of the building with light, you know? Catching up and check. Let's see. Okay, Maple, if you guys are in my Discord, then Maple posted some extra lines for the constellations in the showcase so that you can see like the real outline that she was creating there. Right, Amphi's saying this makes you want to find the nearest planetarium, right? Man. All right, where are we headed, Amphi? Where's the planetarium show we're gonna go to? Also, I gotta say, the floor, the choice of flooring here also is like perfect. It fits the theme, it fits the whole like, it fits the color scheme, it fits the vibe, and it honestly does very well capture the feeling of the museum floor, right? Like a museum, observatory, very much, you know, it's not sterile like some science laboratories or something like that. It has a very like a bit grand feel, and that's very much the vibe of the architecture and stuff too at the Griffith Observatory. It's kind of like ornate and almost regal, or it's trying to go for that very almost like, what is it, Roman kind of thing, where you kind of have the arches and the marble and the, you know, the carefully like, I guess like chiseled away like forms and stuff in the marble and things. Like it's definitely not minimal, right, so to say, but in like a really cool way. Mio's saying the color scheme, yeah, right, the color scheme in here is fantastic, and like all the way through, and really matches too with like, even with the fact that like there's a brighter bluish kind of, you know, tint here going on with the telescope itself, but that works really well with like the way it's all lit up. And if I may, I'm gonna guess that this is a Queen's Rest up top, because of the way this is getting illuminated in this manner, and there's this giant ring of light below us. It feels to me like there's a Queen's Rest shoved way up in the ceiling that's casting a massive cone below us. Because I don't think any one of these singular lights would cast the lighting as pure and as uniform as we're seeing like this. But you can see how underneath this side, this is shadow and this is like very brightly illuminated, which means that the light is getting casted from above. And but look how beautiful it really looks, so natural, just like this really nice moonlit cast. It's perfect for the moonlight starry sky above thing. But yeah, let's see, windows are beautifully done, says Teige. Can't wait to see the expanded version. Me too, Amphi. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do with this maple. Zanny's saying, you've seen others of Maple's work, she does not disappoint. Absolutely. please go check out her other work on Twitter, which, let me just make sure I get this right. Maple's Twitter, for anybody who is interested, is her name, but just with an underscore between Maple and Blackwell. So if you do want to go drop her a follow on Twitter, Maple_Blackwell. Oh yeah, and Zanny's reminding, yeah, good point, right? It's like, this is just 100 items. Crazy, right? This doesn't feel like, so many of these builds, honestly, it feels like there's just, it's so well put together, and it's hard to believe that every single build we've seen today, no third-party tools, and only in apartment rooms or FC rooms, so only 100 items used. And like, look at the variety that we've seen today. And we still have one more. But like, yeah, you know? So don't let your dreams be dreams. If anybody says you can't do much with an apartment, show them this tour and prove them wrong. Right then and there, boom, shut that down. You can do so much with an apartment and an FC room. And it is a Queen's Rest. Ah, okay, there you go. Dude, Queen's Rest is absolutely crazy in what it can do. Yeah, this doesn't look like an apartment build, right? Yeah, it really doesn't. This doesn't feel... Honestly, several of the builds, many of the builds, maybe even all of the builds, I would say, don't feel like apartments. And it's just... Yeah, no, it's really... Look at this. Like, yeah, when you stop for a moment, you can like, okay, that's right, I can see how we're in an apartment. But honestly, I feel like whenever I have to stop and think about that, like, oh, right, we're in an apartment, right? Like, right now, like, where am I in the apartment? I don't really know, right? Like, I don't know. Like, if I was just kind of glancing around really quick, like, I'm not really sure where I am. But that's like in a good way. I like that, like, it's just so immersive that it just feels like I'm in this observatory. I'm in a dome. I'm in like, yeah, amazing. So, yeah, wow, this is so cool. And again, we have a whole second day of builds tomorrow as well. So again, reminder to everybody, we have one more build on the tour today, and then tomorrow, starting at the same time, 4 p.m. PST, we have a whole nother set of builds. Same thing though, same prompt, whole bunch of different people, but still all apartments, no third-party tools. Like, it's gonna be awesome. So make sure if you like today to tell your friends and yourselves to come out tomorrow as well, because man, this is just so cool, isn't it? Like I said, and if anybody doubts and says, oh, you know, I can't get a house and I can't do anything with housing, I understand that's a separate issue about the housing thing and whatnots, but like, tell people, you know, like, let them know. This is creativity at work here, right? Like, you know, you can do so much with an apartment and an FC room. And if anything, actually, when people are getting started, I would recommend even working in an apartment, because think about like what Maple's doing here too, right? Is like, she is building the concept for this in the apartment, and already look how crazy cool this is, right? But then the thing is, this really makes you focus on a couple elements only, right? Like, it really makes you narrow your design focus down because of how limited the slots are. And then that's perfect, because then what that does is it forces you to really focus on the essentials and really creating a really strong theme. And then from there, you could always expand it, right? If you get a house one day, if your FC gets a large or a medium even, right? Then if you really love what you came up with, several of your concepts in your apartments, then just think suddenly you've doubled, tripled your slots, right? And then like, oh, you can absolutely go to town. And I think for all the builds that we've seen today, right? I think incredible work what we've seen done, but I think all of you could probably think of several things that you could even elaborate on for all of them, right? Like, if you give me double or triple slots, oh, there's like a whole nother area of this blah, blah, blah that I would expand on, obviously, you know, or like I would totally add more detail around this or that, right? So, yeah. And this is one of the other reasons why I wanted to do this tour the way I did it, but also why I think I'm gonna be trying to make like a compilation video that I can put out on YouTube of just like a showcase of this. I think this is a perfect example to showcase people, look, This is a whole bunch of people all building the same prompt, and it's all different, and it's all in apartments and FC rooms. Like this is what it's all about, you know, creativity and everything. So the windows are your favorite thing in here. You love the shadows. You should be proud of those, Maple. Honestly, it looks really, really good. It adds so much. Maple, is there anything else that you'd like to point out to us and everything before we head on over to our final build of the day, Akarin's place? Don't have anything else to add, but just thank you all for enjoying it. Thank you for having us, Maple. Thank you for building this. This is amazing. I think yet another incredibly inspiring build. This Maple here again. Oh, there you go. Incredible work, Maple. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give a bow. There you go. Take a bow, take a bow. There it is. Amazing. And again, please follow all these wonderful designers on Twitter, or simply even reach out to them, you know? Let them know that you like their work. You know, if there was something that you noticed, or maybe if you come back with your friends and stuff too, and you notice something else that you didn't get a chance to say on tour, reach out to them. Just send them a message and just tell them something that you noticed you liked about their build. Because as designers, we put so many little details and little thoughts into this or that. It's so nice when somebody just picks up on one of those things and says, I love that you did this little blah, 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 you know? I tell you for a fact, reach out to, you know, some of your favorite designers, look at their builds, take some time to look at the details and stuff, and then like tell them some of the details you notice. I promise you, they'll be like over the moon about that, you know? Okay, so now though, let's head on over to our final build of today, Akari's build over. This is back to Gilgamesh though now. So we are going back to Gilgamesh. And I'm gonna post here the address below the gameplay, as per usual. Thank you again, Maple, for having us. And now everybody, we are headed on over to Aether, Gilgamesh, Mist, Ward 22, the subdivision apartments, and we're going to be going to room 10, but we're gonna meet outside the apartment, okay? So head on over to, go back to Limsa, and then switch servers back to Gilgamesh. Oh man, this has been just an absolute joy of a stream. Joy. You know, a big thing with this whole thing is I didn't know what, you don't know what to expect. I genuinely had never seen any of these builds actually, ever. So I had no idea what to expect. I mean, I knew y'all were pouring your heart and souls into this. I knew you guys were going to do good work, but I just didn't know like what to expect. And I mean, you did not disappoint. You know, like this, the variety that we've seen today. Again, we still have one more. We still have a whole second day. Oh my gosh. And again, for all the designers from today, as well as tomorrow, do feel free. Please, if you would like, post your work to Twitter and use the hashtag NoahSci I think I'll type it again here just in case anybody doesn't remember it. Please use that hashtag and tag your work, and we'll have a whole little archive there of everybody's builds and stuff for this, and it will just be such a cool showcase for people to see, of what you guys have all created. And I just hope that this means a lot of people will be able to discover some new designers and just probably some of their future favorite artists, or possibly already as of this tour, as of today, their new favorite artists. So let's see, here we go. Okay, so we're going to Ward 22. So let's see. Yeah, don't be nervous, Akarin. We are just excited to see what you have for us. Oh, too kind you all to Teige and Yuki. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this. We're going over to, right, the subdivision apartments. So the topmast subdivision. Oh, ETA7373. Thank you very much for that follow as well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the tour. If you are here in 14 and have a character on NA, it's not too late. Come join us for the final build of the tour in-game here. The address is right below the gameplay there. And you are more than welcome to come join us. Or anybody here on the stream who has joined in the last bit here. And please, everybody, even after we finish up this build, I do have a few little things just right after the stream. So if you can, stick around till the end. So, especially designers of the builds from today. So, oh shoot! Wait, I just realized, we did not take a photo in Maple's place. Did I miss that for? Yeah, oh my goodness, we didn't take a photo in Maple's build. Okay, okay, hold on, let me think here. Do you guys want to quickly, I'm so sorry, everybody, do you guys mind going back really, or just take like a group photo? Do you want to do that first maybe? We'll go back after. Okay, yeah, let's go back maybe after this. Okay, so we're already here, so let's do this one and then we'll go back. But yeah, so okay, here we go. Akarin's build. Remind me, we're gonna take a photo here too before we go. Okay, so here we go. Akarin's build, and here is her description. So for Akarin's take on Under the Stars, she says, "It was a hectic day, but I finally came back home." Oh, so she, I think, so when, okay, so this is actually in quotes, and so I believe this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Akari, but I think this is you, it's almost like you speaking to us, right? I think this is actually like, this is the narrative, so like literally a story, like literally the narrative of the framing of this build, right? So this is her saying, "It was a hectic day, but I finally came back home. There are so many tempting things outside. But I like this time of day the most. I don't have to think, I don't have to care. I just stare at the stars shining for me." I think that's beautiful. I think it sounds like a poem almost, right? Like, I mean, arguably that is a poem. I mean, I think that sounds very poetic, actually. I like that. I think that's perfect. You didn't know what to say? No, you said exactly what you meant. I love that. That sounds extremely honest, Akarin. I like that a lot. I think that very much frames your mindset as you're building this, and I think that's absolutely perfect. No more needed. Beautiful. This guy. Here we go. Big old axe. All right, so. Oh, hi, Roth. Hello. Hey. Welcome back to the stream, Roth. You're just in time for our final build on the tour. If you'd like to come join us, we're over on Aether, Gilgamesh. If you want to hop on over here and come see this final build, come join us in game. Okay. Okay, so with that though, let us go take a look inside here at Akarin's build, room number 10. And again, I'll read this poem. I'm going to read this again because this is beautiful. "It was a hectic day, but I finally came back home. There are so many tempting things outside, but I like this time of day the most. I don't have to think, I don't have to care, I just stare at the stars shining for me." All right. Apartment number 10, everybody. Here's our final build of the tour today. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Well, that is this. I mean, who doesn't want to come back home to this, right? Like this looks great. Wow, look at that whole custom ceiling with the marble going all the way around too. Damn. With, you know, with the full custom interior too, from the door. Custom door, custom walls. There's like layering going on with the walls here. I love the little tulips here near the door, flowers near the door. Little working desk over here. Little low-hanging thing, low-hanging couch area over here. Going on back here. It's gonna ghost through here for a second. Oh, look at that. Open window. Oh, look, and there's like the open window and the moon between Alaura's legs there. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, you guys see this too? Looking out the window with the paper stacks that look like buildings. Do you guys see that? Which, like, I think I see like how it's a little bit, you can't really get to the window area naturally without doing a little bit of like jumping over stuff or ghosting, but actually that's the point, I think, is it's supposed to be, it's a forced perspective, right? Like, you're supposed to look at it from here. You're supposed to look at it from just here on the bed because it's meant to be looked at from this viewing angle where you really get just the tops of the buildings. So presumably we are in a skyscraper of some sort, right? And we're looking out of the window of this thing on to the balcony area, and there's like trees below, like big trees, right? And then there's like buildings, the tops of buildings there. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I see, Rolf doing a little recovery today. That's true. It was Rolf's birthday yesterday, so he had quite the long night. Quite a crazy, awesome birthday party over on the beach. But yeah, right. It makes you want to build a dedicated master bedroom in Ichi. It's not too late, you know. Like, my goodness, this is fantastic work, Akarin. I love the huge bed too, like how you just have this humongous, like, comfy looking bed. Look how cozy Liara is right here. Honestly, you would need that big ass alarm clock next to you to wake up, because I would not want to wake up and get out of bed here. This is just too nice, so cozy. Huge mood, big mood. Yo, I agree, Amphi, right? The paper stacks as the buildings is extremely efficient. And it, like, there's sometimes I've seen some city dioramas and stuff, but I've never seen it with paper stacks. And I really like just the way that the lighting too, the way you have the lighting there, it only catches certain rims of like certain surfaces of the paper, which feels very much like, yeah, they're being lit up by the moon, the actual moon, you know, that you have there. You know, it's casting shadows only on certain faces of the buildings, and I love that. I love that it's like cast a lot in shadow, and I think that really captures that vibe really, really great, you know? So there you go. See, Yuki's like jotting notes down. Places to take all your friends. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I think most of you are in my Discord already, but the full tour itinerary for today and tomorrow is listed in my Discord. So, you know, if you do forget the addresses or something, you can always grab them from there, as well as I've linked any of the social media accounts if the person was willing to provide one. So give them a follow. Look at their other work. I mean, again, think about for a lot of these people, this is what they can do with an apartment, you know, like and with a specific prompt, you know. Imagine what they can do with their next build, even whether it's an apartment or somewhere else or even a bigger house. I mean, incredible, just incredible creativity on display. Hey, what's up, Kyoko? Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you here. We're in our final build of this tour. You're not really used to apartment builds, but you think it was a great opportunity, says Akarin. I'm so glad, yeah. No, I know that's the thing, is I know a lot of people, when they're talking about housing, I think for a lot of people, you know, especially when you start doing it more and more, a lot of times with commissions and stuff, you're probably getting commission. Well, you can't really get commission for apartments, right? So you're getting commission for houses and, you know, small, medium, larges. And so I do feel like even if some of us start with apartments, a lot of times you kind of get away from that for one reason or another. So it's always, I don't know, I think it's really cool then to kind of bring everyone back to basics, so to say, right? Like just like this is a starting point for so many people, right? And to even have people who are absolute veterans of the housing scene, you know, coming back and building back in the simplest of spaces to a very relatively narrow set of what you can, you know, to the prompt and everything. But I mean, right? Like, did a single build today look even remotely similar to each other? Right? Like, not a one. Not a single one. Every single one, you know, like, was vastly different. And beautiful. Akarin, would you like to shout out any specific details or anything in here? And also, let's figure out how we're going to take a photo in here. I'm not going to forget this time. We're going to take a photo in here. Everybody on the bed, I guess? Everyone on the bed and or around the bed? It's going to be this angle, I'm sure, because we want to get the cityscape in the background. We have to get the cityscape. So ideally, try not to completely block a cityscape. Maybe kind of stand, or if you're on the bed, like sit on the bed, because I would like to be able to actually get the cityscape there. I might sit... Oh my, Maple, you guys are in the ground. Can we do this? Let's see here. But yes, please, Akarin, if you'd like to say anything, or, you know, give us any more info and stuff, please absolutely do that. What am I typing? Oh, ground sit. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a little bit sitting inside Yuki there. There we go. Maybe touch over. There we go. / ground sit. There we go. You good, Yuki? No worries, no worries. You're good. I shifted over. Oh, let's shift that pose. It's a bit more casual. There we go. Zara, you are in the floor, by the way. I don't know if you want to be in the floor. You might want to... And Akari, do you come stand somewhere in the frame here, maybe over here, or if you want to come sit with us here on this loft, I can shift over. Maybe Zara can shift over a little bit, and then Akari, you can go like right here or something. Wherever you want to go. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay. And yes, don't worry, Yuki. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, we're going to go back and take a photo too with Maple at her build. So please don't go anywhere, everybody. Let's make sure we get our group photo over at Maple's place too. So, did I miss? Hold on. Let me just make really quick. I'm scrolling here. Ah, Brendan's saying the view reminds me of old apartments IRL, where I had my bed in front of a window with a view just like that. Yeah, right? No, this is, I mean, this really does, just like several other builds today, I mean, I think this captures a very recognizable feeling for a lot of people, which is very hard to do, you know, to really, you know, hit home with that nostalgia and that feeling and everything. And I love that. Really, really fantastic, phenomenal work, Akarin. It really did come out beautifully, as Amphi was saying. You don't know what to say? Oh, you don't need to say anything else if you don't want to, Akarin. You saying you don't know what to do without lofting furniture from the basement? Well, I beg to differ because this is beautiful. This is fantastic work. It's a puzzle, you know? It's creative problem solving, and I think you knocked it out of the park here. So. Here we go. Let's get this photo going. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's use the camera here a little bit. Is that everybody? I think we got everybody there. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, here we go. Thank you, everybody, for the posture checks and the hydrates and the stretches. I will do all those things right now. Ooh, that did feel good. But yeah, you realized apartment builds have so much potential. Fuck yeah, I love to hear it. You know, I think that's if there is one takeaway from this whole thing, and it's just that people say, oh wow, I kind of like dismissed apartment builds a little bit, but now I'm gonna give it another shot. You know, I'm gonna like explore what you can do with those. That's the whole vibe. You know, if there's one takeaway that I would love for everybody. And even in the Twitter sphere and the housing world at large, to think if we can shatter the myth that you can't do much in an apartment, I think that will be a massive win, because I do feel like that the notion that you can't do that much in an apartment makes a lot of people feel like they like can't get into housing or something if they don't get a house, but that is simply not the case. There is in fact so much you can do with an apartment. And honestly, I think it's a cool challenge, and I think it kind of makes it more impressive in a way. Like, just like, you can do so, look at this. You can do so much with so little, right? Like, I feel like it's such a good creative exercise, and it's so cool to see. Because, okay, yeah, you made like a really impressive looking kitchen with 400 item slots, but wow, this person made an amazing looking, you know, night sky scene with only 100 items in a small little box in an FC room or, you know, an apartment building. Like, that's a different kind of like mind-blowing whoa, you know? So, I love it. I think it's fantastic. There we go. She's gonna come home and find people in her bed now. There you go. And the poem has been modified. Absolutely inspirational there. It's still the same thing. I don't have to think, I don't have to care. I just stare at the people lying on my bed. Romantically a little bit weird and creepy, but I like it all the same. No, but this is so great. And again, we're not forgetting you, Maple. We're gonna go back to your build and we're gonna take a photo there too. Oh man, okay, so I got my photos there. Okay, we're gonna go back to Maple's build and take a photo there. Hopefully, please everybody, let's stick around. Can we go to Maple's build and take a group photo there as well? We've gotten group photos everywhere else. So let's I'll wrap up there. Again, to all of my, especially the builders from today's tour, please don't go anywhere. Please join us over at Maple's build. I have some final thank yous and words for you all. But we are going, okay, I'm going to update the tour itinerary again. We're going back over to Maple's build over in Imperium on Midgard Stormer to take a photo, since we forgot to do that there. So please join me there. Ashlar, thank you so much for gifting, by the way, that tier 1 sub to Sherby999. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Sherby999, if you're here and listening, enjoy the glow sticks and the heart emotes that I made. Please go to town with them. Oh, I just realized we need to switch servers, don't we? So we can't actually do this. We need to go back to, like, Gridania or something. Then switch servers and then come back. Thank you again, by the way, everybody. I know, like, we even started off this tour with a hype train. Holy crap. So, like, thank you all so much for supporting this tour. We've had consistently, like, anywhere between, like, high 30s to, like, I think 50 people watching this at one time. Like, wow. Thank you so much for the love and support for this tour and for all these wonderful designers. You know, I'm just the host here, but, like, man, they're the ones knocking it out of the park and making all of this happen. And this tour would not be obviously what it is without them. So amazing. Oh, Ashlar, thank you again for gifting 2 more subs as well. Thank you. Oh, you meant to do 3? Oh, well, hey, thank you so much for that. We're going to Imperium. I very much appreciate that, Ashlar. Hope you've been enjoying the tour and the stream. And I did see your message, by the way, Ashlar. So, but yeah, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad you've been enjoying the tour and the stream. What'd you guys think? You guys have some fun? Was that fun? Did we have some people's minds blown a little bit? Let's see, where are we? Ward 10, that's right. Okay, Ward 10, apartment subdivision, so. And again, don't forget, we still got a whole second day of this tomorrow. And once again, wanted to shout out for tomorrow, the first 2 builds that we'll see tomorrow are actually going to be on the Chaos data center. So the first time that I'll be touring something not on NA. So we had 2 fantastic entrants. Again, I still haven't seen, I don't know what their builds are like, but we have 2 entrants from Chaos. And so if you do have a alt over on, is it Chaos and Light, I think? The EU servers. Then please feel free to join for tomorrow's start, but I understand how not everyone is going to have that. So that's why I wanted to put them first. And I have an alt that I just made there to be able to go see these builds. If anybody wants to make an alt, the builds are in Lavender beds and Mist. So you don't need to unlock like Shirogane and everything. So if you want to come join, you have tonight to figure out an alt over there, or make several alts if you want to like make one that starts in Lav beds and one in Mist. But just wanted to let everyone know that's where we're going to start tomorrow, and then we'll be going over to Crystal, and we'll be doing the builds over on Crystal. Okay, here we go. Did we make it? Did everyone go inside already? I think we don't need to wait outside since everybody does know. Apartment 1. I'm guessing everyone inside already, that's why. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, everybody's all stationed around here already. Okay. What's the best way to do this? Do I need a tilt camera? Okay, I think tilt camera maybe, and then like, let's see. Is it like getting up on top of here maybe? Like, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, should we all stand on here maybe or something? Or I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me think this through. How's the best angle here? I think we got to zoom out using the wide. Yeah, I kind of want to do something like this. So maybe like standing around the platform and then on the platform, but like try to keep the telescope open and in view. Let's use this way. That way we can kind of see the telescope a bit. we'll have this be the view. And then maybe we can all kind of stand around, and then I'll use the wide shot here to really capture the archways and stuff too. Okay, so there we go. Maybe like some people, I can sit here in front. Slash ground sit. There we go. Okay, and again, just for everyone to see, here I am ground sitting, right? And then I'm gonna be like here, I'm gonna pull the camera way back, and we're gonna basically be like this, okay? So some people might wanna sit on the ground here or sit around. Someone looks like they're almost warping or like falling. Okay, everybody good? Make sure we can see the telescope. Maybe if you're sitting and stuff, do a slash beam or whatever you wanna do. Oh, maybe I wanna... You can't cheer when you're sitting here? Oh, okay, here, hold on, let me... Okay, everybody good? Everybody got their thing? Nay, get in your position. You may want to move a little bit over here, just to this little window here, so that I can make sure I can see you okay. There you go. Because you're going to be stuck behind the telescope here, if I can't, you know, if you're behind the telescope. Nay, you might want to move like here. You see on screen here? Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and let's... Well, actually, okay, you know what? We'll do one a little bit closer, and then we'll zoom out. Again, a little bit dark right now, but we can... Well, one, we can maybe do this. There we go. Okay. G-pose professional. Okay. And then we're gonna go zoom out a little bit so we can get the full impact of those arches and stuff. Oh, how cute is that? Okay. Super cute. Oh my goodness. And just, oh, then we can get one with like, or... Beautiful. I can even get one from up top. Mine as well, since we're here, right? Beautiful. Okay, I think... There we go. Okay, so I think we're going to start wrapping up today, but before you all go, designers, I have a gift for you. So this gift comes from, they would like to remain anonymous, but a generous donor and supporter of the stream is very much a big fan of both the tour as well as all of your work, and wanted to share a special gift with all of you. And so all of you get a lotus leaf as a token of appreciation for all of your hard work. As I mentioned, this is... Oh no, Liara, Pokeballing! I know this is not a competition, so everybody is a winner here. And you all very much deserve this, as well as so much love and so much praise for all of your incredible builds and your work. But if you know housing, then you probably know why this is valuable. This is the item, the piece, the material that you need to create the Eastern Pond, and the Eastern Pond that is so good for bed meta and for a number of other things. So I'm sure all of these designers can put this to good use. Make sure I get everybody here. So a shout out to that, again, anonymous donor. So someone loves you all very much and is a huge fan of everything you guys are doing. Akarin, quick! Take my lotus leaf! Take the lotus leaf! Maybe she's AFK. Let's see, who am I missing here? Oh, Kero, there we go, Kero. Who, did Liara boop out? Is she still here? Where is she? Is she coming back, maybe? Did I get everybody? Oh wait, Yod, here. I think Yod and then Liara, right? And I think that's everybody? Did I get everybody then? Once I give one to Liara, right? Let's see. There you go. Okay, she's coming back. Good. Okay. So yes, there you go. Wait, whenever she comes back, let me know. Oh, there she is. Perfect. Yes, as I think as all designers know, that is a very nice gift indeed, and a very useful, versatile one at that. So yes, I think everybody will be able to put that to good use. But yes, so as I'm wrapping up here, maybe could I possibly get just all the designers from today up on this little stage here? I mean, everyone else can now be a little all around, but specifically, could I get like a quick picture with just all the designers? And in fact, I'm not a designer. I wasn't a designer today, so I'd rather all the designers get up there, up on stage. And if you're not a designer, pop off the stage maybe. And yeah, we can get a little picture with all of them. There we go. Can we see everyone? Is that everybody? Is that all of our designers for today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8? There, yeah, 8 designers. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot of all of you. Take a screenshot if you guys want, and just generally send them some dotes, send them your love and stuff. Cause, I should not be standing here. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Let's turn off the depth of field. There they are. Oh, there. That's a great shot. There we go. Just today's, sorry, yeah. Today's designers. And then we'll do the same thing for tomorrow. Just wanted to get a group shot of all the people whose builds we saw today. And again, the info to all the builds and the links to their socials, if they provided them, are in the tour itinerary in my Discord, which I will link again here. For anybody who is not in the Discord, what are you doing? Come hang out with us in the Discord. We talk about housing and nerd out about stuff, and it's a great place to meet everybody and chat and stuff, even outside the tour. And also, tomorrow's tour, similarly, will be run out of the Discord. So, yeah, you'll be able to see info for tomorrow's tour there. Oh, there we go. I love it. Okay. There we go. Oh man, what a fucking phenomenal first day of this tour. I cannot wait already for tomorrow, but my goodness, that was so cool and so much fun. Thank you everybody so much for coming today. You guys have been a fantastic group, an audience, and I hope that many of you learned something, got inspired, got ideas, got hopefully fired up to do some housing. You know, maybe even like explore apartment builds if you hadn't thought about them much before. Again, we'll be same time tomorrow, same channel, 4 p.m. start time here on my channel for Chaos and Crystal, which sounds kind of like a really cool name. Chaos and Crystal? That sounds like a cool song name or something. I'm gonna jot that down. But the Chaos and Crystal leg of the tour will be tomorrow. If you'd like to join, we'd love to have you and all your friends. Once again, everyone's welcome to join in game. Once again, to our wonderful designers here. Actually, you know what? Well, you guys are up there. I should have taken a screenshot there with all your names. There they all are. Actually, that's the real shot. That should be the real shot right there. Hold on. Let me hide this log window. I need to see your guys' names. Am I missing someone? Someone's missing now. There should be one more up there. But, if there's some, wait, who's missing now? Did they leave? Did I miss someone? Maybe they had to head out. That's okay though. Alaura? Did she already head out? Okay, that's okay. Well, I mean, I have the photo still of all of them. I can still tag them anyway. I can Photoshop in your names. Oh, and everybody, here you go. Yeah, please, if you have any final words and any thoughts for the designers and for anything about today, feel free to share it right now. Oh man, what a wonderful first day there. Friday streams? Yes, Raf. Tomorrow I will be streaming again. Housing though, and we're going to be doing a second day of this tour for some more builds, so. You want to pop back in here, Alaura? I'd love a photo here of just with all the designers with your names. I realized I wasn't showing your names, so like people don't know who you are. I mean, the people who know, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, seriously, thank you everybody. Once again, please do share the love. Send these designers some kind words or write in their message book or, you know, even message on Discord or anything. Because I think they're all in my Discord. And, you know, tell them what you loved about their builds and stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. And now I think we can get... Oh, there we go. If you guys want to like be looking at me, you guys can target me if you want, and then that way you'll actually look at me in the photo. Just because I can't go fully in G pose and keep the names. There you go. Oh, beautiful. Woohoo! Oh man, the shoe bill. The fucking shoe bill in the corner there. Just lurking. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I would have it no other way. Okay. Well, thank you for coming back, Alaura. Thank you everybody so much for coming to the stream. Oh, checking in-game message. Am I looking for something? Sorry. I see Yuki saying, wait, hold on. What are you saying, Yuki? Oh, I see. You're saying it might take, well, I mean, that's not between, I think, yeah, please be inspired. Absolutely, right? I mean, be inspired by these people's builds, and hey, look, if you were inspired by these people's builds, I think they're more than happy to that you would be inspired. Just maybe give them a shout out, right? Like when you post, if you create your builds, just give them a shout out when you're posting about it to your FC or to, especially like to social media, you know? Just say, you know, Archway's inspired by, you know, Maple, and like maybe even link her build or something too, right? Because a lot of these builds will be shown. Oh, here, once again, in case anybody, you know, wants to find a place where everybody's sharing about this builds and about this tour, share your photos even from the tour, share to the hashtag NoahSci_Build_Challenge on Twitter, and there you will find it. Here, I'm showing the little card here. There's the little hashtag at the very bottom of that, NoahSci_Build_Challenge on Twitter. Share to there. And take a look there and like tag the designers. That's all I'd say, is 100% be inspired. But yeah, just like let them know. I'm sure they'd just love to see what you guys are getting and, you know, how you guys got inspired and then what you did with it, right? So I think nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with getting inspired, right? Okay, well, but anyway, I think that wraps up today's leg of the tour of the build challenge. Tomorrow, again, we're back. Hopefully I'll see many of you tomorrow for the Friday leg and the Chaos and Crystal builds. I know we even have some of our designers for tomorrow here with us on the tour. And I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot more of these designers as well, right? I mean, what phenomenal work they've done, and I'm sure their, you know, creativity has no bounds. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more of these designers, maybe on the October housing tour that will be happening near the last week of October. So if any of you kind of want to start building something for potentially the spooky Spooktober, as it were, housing tour, you can do that. Yeah, is there anything else? I think that's everything for today. Well, maybe, like I said, I think we talked about this earlier in the stream, but like maybe next week we can have like another, maybe like even off-stream time where we just come hang out in some of the builds from the tour and just like have some chats and stuff, or even maybe go take some more photos or something. I don't know. But yeah, stuff to look forward to. I hope everyone's looking forward to the future housing streams and the future tours. Tomorrow will be part 2 of the tour, and then next week in housing, I'm going to be continuing work on the latest nightclub that I'm working on. So for those of you who don't know, I'm helping to rebuild/rework quite heavily the Eluded Ecstasy nightclub on Crystal. So I'm going to be showing a decent portion of my building on stream the next couple of weeks, wherever I'm at in the build process. And so if you guys are a fan of, you know, nightclub builds in my work, be a good chance to get some insight into that and come kind of see a little bit, peek behind the curtain there. But yeah, that'll be next week though. So tomorrow is the big thing. Holy shit! Like, I didn't know what to expect when I was kind of figuring out how this tour would happen and this whole challenge, but fantastic. This has been amazing. What a phenomenal first day. I can't wait for the second day. And for those of you who couldn't make it to today's tour or couldn't make it, even, weren't able to submit a build because you're busy or whatever, know that, I certainly would like to do this again. I think this really proves that this is something that's really cool and it's really inspiring to a lot of people and a great chance to do some really cool stuff. So definitely I'm thinking that, this could become a thing that will do a recurring thing. Have different prompts, obviously. And I think that will be where the fun lies, is I'll make sure to come up with interesting and fun prompts for you guys. And we'll get some other people also in on this, and maybe some people who weren't able to submit builds this time can do it next time and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, would you guys want to definitely, either participate and build again, or certainly see what could happen with future ones? I know I certainly would. So, Kero's reeling for the idea. Absolutely flabbergasted. Yeah. Yeah, you're right? Oh, hell yeah. Spooky housing tour. Yeah, this is not going to be a replacement for like the other housing tours and other stuff, but yeah, we will. Yeah, oh man. Fun times ahead. Okay, but for tonight, I think it's time for us all to get some rest or some food or both. And yeah, get rested up and ready for tomorrow. And see you guys on Chaos DC if you can make it over there. And again, you have some time right now tonight if you guys want to try to make a quick alt over on Chaos, which is on the EU side of things. Or if you just want to join us for the Crystal Leg, then you can look at the tour itinerary and meet us at where we're going to start on the Crystal Leg of the tour. So tell your friends, share your photos, have some fun. I hope you guys had a ton of fun today. I certainly did. And for now, though, thanks everybody for coming to the stream. And I've been your host, Noah Saitoshii. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Have a great rest of your night, wherever that takes you, everyone. The VOD will be up, probably not tomorrow, but in a couple days. So more up. Well, I'll update very soon about that. Thank you to everybody, and good evening and good night.